Yo, yo. Here we go. I've been saying that for well over 10, like about 10 years now. And, yeah. Oh, yeah, well over 10 years now. Oh, shit, almost 11. Yeah. Forgot about that. It's at the end of the year. Yeah, it's December 7th. Yeah, it's crazy. How's everybody doing today? Sunday, December 7th. First day of the week. Days are getting shorter and colder until the 21st. 2 more weeks, winter solstice, the shortest day of the year. And then for 3 more days, it's the shortest day of the year. And on the 25th, the day is longer than the night again. And every day progressively, the day before will be longer than the day before it. The next day will be longer than the day before it. So right now, at this point in time, the days are still getting shorter. The nights are getting longer for 2 more fucking weeks and 3 days. And then finally on the 25th, well, it actually stops on the 21st. And then for 3 more days, it doesn't do anything. It's the same exact for 3 more days. And then on the 25th, the days actually begin to get longer and progressively until it's 12 hours of daylight and 12 hours of nighttime at the spring equinox, which at that time, after that, the days will be longer than the night. And you'll get growth and spring and all kinds of cool shit. Oh, well, I have to do a couple things real quick. I'm going to throw on a song real quick, let everybody file in, filter in, and whatnot. And, you know, I got to make a pot of coffee too, for fuck's sake. Oh, man, out of coffee. Ugh, cold. Ugh, cold. Got to make some coffee real quick. I got slow on the time. My neighbor came over. He was loaning me a power steering pulley puller removal tool so I can fucking remove the pulley, to remove the fucking mount, to get to the air intake. I've got that job half done from watching YouTube videos. We just got to remember how to put everything back together now. I'll do a video of you guys when I got it all apart. It's pretty much almost all apart. I'll do a video so you guys can see the crazy mechanic work I did. I'm not a mechanic at all. I just watch the videos, but it's easy. It's as easy as turning a fucking wrench, right? If you can turn a fucking wrench, a monkey can do it. I'm kidding. It takes skills. It takes skills. But yeah, let's see. What do y'all want to hear real quick while I make coffee? Probably have to use the restroom too, for fuck's sake. I could do that.
There is a point. Is there a point to all this? Let's find a point. world is like a ride at an amusement park, and when you choose to go on it, you think it's real, because that's how powerful our minds are.
I think you're having a breakdown. Require treatment.
This is not a psychotic episode. This is a cleansing moment of clarity. I'm imbued with some special spirit. It's not a religious feeling at all. It's a shocking eruption of great electrical energy. I feel vivid and flashing, as if suddenly I've been plugged into some great electromagnetic field. I feel connected to all living things, to flowers, birds, all the animals of the world, and even to some great, unseen, living force. But it's not a breakdown. I've never felt more orderly in my life. It is a shattering, beautiful sensation.
Real versus pride. And other people have remembered, and they come back to us and they say, hey, don't worry, don't be afraid, ever, because
I feel
this is just a ride.
on the verge of some great, ultimate truth.
Because they own this fucking place. It's a big club. You ain't in it. By the way, it's the same big club they use to beat each other in the head all day long and tell you what to believe. All day long, beat you over the head with their meetings, tell you what to believe, what to think. The table's tilted, folks. The game's rigged. Nobody seems to care. They don't give a fuck about you. They don't give a fuck about you. They don't care about you at all. At all.
It's just a ride. We can change it anytime we want. It's all in the choice. No effort, no work, no job, no savings of money. A choice right now between fear and love.
So we can change the world right now. It's just a matter of choosing love over fear. Oh, this fucking thing. I didn't mean to do that. Whoa. What the fuck? Wait, what the fuck is going on here? What's going on over here? Look at this shit. We got all kinds of new shit. Oh, I keep forgetting to use my media assets. I see. This thing getting on. Yeah. You guys make yourself a cup of joe. Smoke them if you got them. Yeah, there seems to be a major disconnect between people that have money and people that don't. There's a major disconnect. There are classes. There is a predator class, for sure. And these people with money are so disconnected from the suffering and of the public right now that it's mind-boggling. It's mind-boggling. That's what we say. That's what we say to the gang known as government. What's up, Tom? Look at Tom. Look at Tom and Jared. How you doing, buddy? What you up to? I know you're colder than a witch's tit with a brass bra on. I know that. Me too. Me too. You guys hear me? Okay. You guys hear and see me? Okay. Over here. Oh, I see. This thing's cockeyed. Cold, yeah. Colder than a witch's tit with a brass bra on. Hotter than a three-pecker billy goat in a whorehouse. Just kidding. God damn. Yeah, I really didn't like that shit. Stick to this fucking like smoke or the shit. Even the ecstasy was good back in the day. That MDMA shit, as long as you get the good shit. Even the coke was good back in the day. These motherfuckers are probably getting nothing but stepped on shit. Just kidding. Stepped on it ain't even fucking real anymore, these jokers. See, we got the party. Shit, dude, I would have actually preferred to have lived 50 years before I was born in 70. At least. Except in New York. I wouldn't want to have been in New York City, though. That fucking shithole. Any city. All the cities are shitholes thanks to the gangs of Republicans and Democrats. Thanks to the Republican and Democrat gang. The Uni-Party pedophile gang. Yeah. You fuckers. That's true. Yeah. The amount of people in cities inherently devalue the people with the anyway, yeah, these fuckers are programmed. The people that the kids coming in here don't understand that the world around them is programming them and training them and indoctrinating them from day one. The world around you is completely training you new people in here to be a slave and accept your slavery. And demand it on others by voting. Demanding slavery to others. Harming your fellow man by voting. Some pedophile to tell them what to do. Imagine how mentally ill you have to be to vote. Or to be in a government in the first place. Imagine how mentally ill you have to be to believe that you can join a gang and tell everybody what to do, take all their money and freedoms, and get away with it. You fuckers are crazy, man. You fuckers in government all gotta die. I don't know how to tell you this, but all you fuckers in government, in my world, you all die. Yeah, you're dead as shit. Yeah, I mean, they see so many people they don't know. They discount them and devalue them over time, and the strangers, and it's all caused by the system that is designed it to make people hate each other instead of love each other. It's like Bill Hicks in that last song said, it's we can change the world right now. Everybody in the world right now, we can change it right now by everybody in the world choosing love instead of fear. Right now, the whole world can change with a simple change of mind, mentality, change of mind. It's that fast. Yeah, there's nothing to do with penises. There's nothing to do with penises here. So stop that shit. Nothing here has to do with penises, though. Okay? Nothing. Stop that shit. If you're talking about egos of the billionaires, dude, that's all a facade, dude. It's irrelevant. It's all irrelevant. There is a lot of well-established families here for hundreds of years that created the banking system that are more than likely controlled by some powerful etheric. We don't even know, man, by the way they're acting. And they got a hold on them. And then they got a hold on the whole world via control mechanisms like money, the banks, real estate, governments, corporations, all these different ways that they can use to fleece the herd, fleece the flock. What? Yeah, dark matter, monsters, whatever. I mean, it's not dark matter. It's the ether. The ether is absolutely normal in an electromagnetic realm. Problem is the physical part that we have been toned down to really a narrow band of frequency of awareness of what's around us. These vehicles have been disabled. These abilities, these etheric things, your ability to detect things in the ether and even intermingle with them has all been disabled in your vessels. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? It's only looking down instead of, you can't look up. They can only see in and you can't see out. You can't see what's going on around you anymore, except for like you basically, when you were born into here and you grew a vessel to, it's like you basically grew a pair of virtual reality goggles that limited you. I don't know how else to explain it. When you came in here into a vessel, you basically limited yourself to a narrow view of what's around you here. You're only seeing a fraction of what's around you. Etheric parasites seem to have this place under control. But let's not even go there. I mean, yeah, it definitely, we have a lot of evidence and it looks like what's going on. But let's just say it's just this a batshit part of the human beings here that are just hell bent on being predators and preying on everybody, the prey class, right? That exists, man. Whether you know that they're infested with etheric parasites or not, it's irrelevant. These people are crazy and they're predators and they're hell bent on killing everybody here, except they want enough people here to serve them. Oh, you're so nice. Oh, you're so nice. They basically want to kill everybody off, except for enough people. They want to let enough people here to survive, to serve them. Yeah, and again, all this DNA bloodline shit, like you didn't evolve, folks. And yeah, they make a big deal out of it. Or they did and all that. And it's, the blood is part of the electromagnetic vessel. Yeah. I mean, and there's magical things about everything in the vessel. Yeah. Anyway, that's as far as we're going to go. into that shit. And yeah, so like these people created the banks, and then they created wars so that the banks would loan money. They could loan money to governments out of thin air, and then control them and use them to take over the world. And they've been established here for hundreds of years. They create money out of thin air. They don't need the money. They can just create it anytime they want. The Federal Reserve, the owners of it. And so these established families for hundreds of years since the Great Meltification event wiped everything out. About 300 to 500 years, they've been completely ruling over this place, creating money out of thin air, unlimited wealth and control. Hundreds of years, unlimited wealth and control. Hundreds of years, unlimited wealth and control. But the morons think Elon Musk is the richest man in the world. This is how mentally ill and stupid these people are. In a world where you can't get more than 12 an hour, he made billions. Yeah. And again, I've been here for 55 years. It's never been easy to make money. Ever. Not one day. It was never easy. It was a bitch. Back then, everything's cheaper, but you couldn't make jack shit, man. Like, you know what I mean? It was cheap, but you couldn't make nothing to buy it. So what did it matter that it was cheap? It's a hell of a lot better than it was back then growing up than it is now. God damn, it was a lot easier, right? You guys. Yeah, they're going to unload all the U.S. debt onto the rest of the world via Bitcoin, folks. It's all a scam, dude. The U.S., dude, evil fucks don't give up, dude. These fucks, man. And all of them. It's a charade anyway. Again, these rich families are happy to control everything below them and stay out of the limelight the whole time, and to stay in the shadows, to never reveal themselves. They're more than happy to do that, and they're more than happy to allow everybody below them to fight each other and make it look as real as possible. It's fantastic. But ultimately, they set the agenda, and they all party and everything. They all bow down to the agenda, which is you will own nothing and be happy policies. We're seeing these policies non-stop. These policies, we're seeing them non-stop of you will own nothing and be happy policy agenda. We're seeing every policy that they talk about is about you not owning something and being happy. Instead of helping us own things, it's the opposite in this world. Everything the government does is everything they talk about, giving money to everybody else, starting wars. They've never one time. It's like that one dude said, dude, if they're talking about if they're not talking about helping the American people, then that's not a policy. Okay? It's not a policy. It's not, if the policy isn't to help your so-called constituent, you don't get to roll over me. I'll kill every one of you. But even so, you know what I mean? You're supposed to be helping everybody in America. You're an American president, not an Argentina or Ukrainian or Israeli president. But you might as well be, because you're just as much as a terrorist as Netanyahu. Hey, birds of a feather flock together. He's a murderer, genocidal pedophile. And there you are too, Trump, another murder, genocidal pedophile. So again, birds of a feather flock together. Yeah, there's no eminent domain. Okay, that doesn't exist. That's just a bully stealing your land. And again, 96% of the U.S. is forest, man. It's undeveloped forest, because you're not allowed to use the free land anymore. Like when the first country started, everybody could just use the free land. That's why it became wealthy. Then the government came in and the rich banksters and corporations came in and stole everything from everyone here. I watched this happen my whole entire life. The rich people steal from the middle class until now there is no middle class left. Like, who are they going to fucking steal from now? You know what that means? If you don't have any money for them to steal anymore, you're no good to them anymore. You know you're dead now, right? You know, all you people that are broke in the U.S., you know they want to kill you now, right? You don't have any more money for them. What good are you to them now? To the government? What good are you to all the politicians and the rich people in government and corporations and the banks? The banksters? What good are you to them now? You have no more money left. Slavery? You're going to give them your labor? Okay. Fair enough. That does count for something. You're going to be slaves. You're going to give them your labor then. You have no money to steal. They're going to kill you or use you as a slave. Again, what's happening to the Palestinian children right now is what is going to be happening to the rest of the world. Are you stupid? If you don't stop it right now in Palestine, that's what the rest of the world is going to look like. Ashes, you fucking retards. Right? These people are fucking dumb, aren't they, guys? These fucking retards in the public are basically retarded. Oh, dude, listen to me. Everybody in my world is innocent until proven guilty without a shadow of a doubt in front of all of their peers, by all of their peers. Everybody is innocent. Everybody gets a right to defend themselves. Well, Trump's making up this evidence. We can prove it right here. Trump's making this evidence up. We're fishermen. We can prove it right here. Nope, you don't get a chance to do that. You don't get a chance to do that. Oh, I didn't look at the clock to see when I can drink my coffee. I got to make sure it cools off and brews good. Thick, Richard. I give it 5 minutes. I don't just, when I make my coffee, I let it sit 5 minutes to brew. Thicker. I like thick, not too strong. I like it strong, but not too strong. I don't even get a buzz on it anymore. Like when I don't drink coffee, I don't even miss the caffeine. Imagine, and the people in Venezuela trying to feed their family, they can't go fishing now because they'll be murdered. They'll be terrorist attacked by some mental ill orange dude and some little kids that he fired up and got all, like Hegseth and Caspit. All these, and these people are children. Hegseth is a child. He is a young man, a boy, right? And Trump got them all fired up. He's Department of War now. And what do? They start doing terrorist attacks because they want Venezuelan oil now. And because Israel told them to, of course. Of course, he's run by Israel. I like my coffee like I like my ladies, hot and dumb. No, admit it. You like them skinny and nervous. Skinny and nervous, admit it. I'm just kidding. That's weird. My grandfather used to say that. I like him skinny. He was joking, though. I like him skinny and nervous. I don't know what the fuck that means. I don't know. I still don't know what that means. Get over here, skinny. All right. Well, we got us a cup of coffee. It is colder than a goddamn motherfucker. And get over here. Let me get some coffee going here. I didn't mean to do that. I got kept falling. Oh, let's That's more sugar than I wanted. Cheers, y'all. Bless your heart. I bless your heart and soul. Oh, God damn, that cooled off quick. What the shit? What the shit? Yeah. Yeah, dude, you're crazy. Yeah, you are nuts to say something so ridiculous. But I do have a picture of Trump on a bed looking like a female. Yeah, no, it don't bother me, but you're just being stupid, really, if you ask me. Yeah, nobody can be a female and a male. You can't transition, dude. Listen to me very carefully. I'm going to tell you something right now. A female will never, ever produce sperm. Never. A man will never produce an embryo in his stomach and be able to birth a baby. Ever. Never. This will never happen, and it's not possible. And it's mental illness and ridiculous to think so. So that's where you're at. Just there you go. That's where you're at. Love you to death, though. Keep the donuts coming. I know you're gonna hate me now, but look, a woman will never be able to produce sperm, and a dude will never have a baby. Okay? Period. Okay? Period. And the idea of that, what's the point if you can? Again, if you can just change sex, then what's the point? You might as well as not even have sexes, right? You might as well not even have sexes. What's the fucking point? So what? I know a lot of men that move like women. You know why? Because they're around women a lot. Like, I'll be around people, dude, and I'll end up just catching myself moving just like they do in the mirror. I'll be like, what the fuck? Like my brother or my family. Like, I'll move like they do, and I'll like, whoa, I just thought I saw my brother in the mirror the way he moved. That was me. He might be mimicking. Is he mimicking my behavior? I move like that shit. So you're going to do that. You're going to, it's the electromagnetic fields have, when your field and somebody else's field or the field of the public intermingles with yours, there's what is called quantum entanglement. But anyway, or etheric electromagnetic information and so forth. Your heart field, you feel with the heart. What did they mean by that back in the day? You feel with the heart, with your heart's field. Your heart has the biggest electromagnetic field that dwarfs your brains in the human vessel. It's the field that dwarfs the biggest field in your body. The epicenter of it in your vessel is the heart. And your heart has a field. And in this field, you can pick up information in the field. Yeah, hey, it's all good, bro. Hey, don't sweat it. Hey, how are you doing? Another perspective. Thomas, loves cat. Load King, that's disgusting. But hey, it takes all kinds. There ain't nothing wrong with Load King. That can mean all kinds of different things besides shooting a load. Huge, gigantic load all over your fucking faces. I'm just kidding. What? I'm the Load King. I will spray you all down and hose you. You will get, all right, loaded. That's disgusting. Hey, that's something I wouldn't brag about. Hey, but that's just me. No, for sure. I I love the fact that you got the balls, or I should say the load, to call yourself that. I dig it. It takes something. It takes courage. Just kidding. It takes a certain kind. Man, are you guys wanting to see some memes or anything? I got through them fast enough. It always does this shit, dude. I don't know why it's so dumb, dude. Voting is a severe gambling addiction. Voters know the House always wins. They know the system is rigged, but they keep betting their own lives because this time it's going to be different. In North Korea, you cannot criticize North Korean government. In the United States, you cannot criticize Israeli government. The official Jeffrey Epstein pedophile arrest counter. More squirrels and raccoons have been arrested than anyone on Epstein's client list. Link below to watch my documentary, When the Buildings Cried. If you haven't watched my documentary, When the Buildings Cried yet, explaining how an incredible, highly advanced civilization was wiped out 300 to 500 years ago, causing the water to go up into the clouds, and when it cooled off, it flooded everything and wiped everybody out. If you haven't seen my documentary, just pointing out the evidence of this stuff that's real obvious, you're basically retarded. In the documentary, I make 3 irrefutable points, and then I prove, without a shadow of a doubt, I prove in my documentary 3 things that are irrefutable. They're not theories. They're irrefutable. Number 1, there was a highly advanced civilization here that was extremely advanced, and it was the entire world here was nothing but buildings and waterways. And I got the evidence to prove that. Number 2, they were wiped out by some type of event that caused too much electricity to surge from the entire ground of the world. Every building in the world got a surge of too much electricity from below, causing so much heat that buildings melted into liquid ice cream. That was number 2. Number 3, I proved that this shit just happened. It was a recent event. Lack of history. It goes on and on. Video of San Francisco and all the major cities, buck naked, empty, not even a bird. All the buildings here completely empty. All the cities. We got videos of all the cities 150 years ago empty. There was nobody here 150 years ago. This shit could have happened 300 years ago, folks. So there's 3 things I prove in the documentary without a shadow of a doubt. There was a highly advanced civilization here. They got wiped out by too much electricity from below. And the shit just happened 300 to 500 years ago, max. This shit could have happened just 300 years ago. What you call volcanoes are buildings that are still hot from this event to this day. What you call deserts, what you call beaches, what you call sand and soil is red brick melted and cooked so bad that when it cools off, that all you get is ashes. And when it rains, you get mud. Oh, by the way, all of you retards out there that think Trump sucked Clinton off, that ain't Bubba, dude. The Bubba that he sucked off is an oil billionaire that goes by Bubba. Everybody knows him. It ain't Clinton. When Epstein's talking about Bubba, the oil billionaire, he knows who I'm talking about. Clinton, Trump knows who. Bill Gates knows. He's a fucking cocksucker. Release the files. No. Release the pedophiles. Yeah. Donald Trump was the dumbest goddamn student I ever had, says Professor Kelly. Taught marketing at Wharton for 31 years. Trump claimed he graduated top of his class, but records show he never made the dean's list, and the 1968 commencement program doesn't show him graduating with any sort of distinction. His older sister, Marianne, a former federal judge, recently revealed she did his homework and Trump had someone else take his SHC entrance exam. Burn the flag equals 1 year in jail. COVID crimes against humanity equals pardoned before you're even tried, like Fauci. Dr. Fauci over there, the #1 murderer of all time over there, gets away with murder. You want to murder a bunch of people via bioweapon injection? No problem. That gets, again, you have no money left. They want to kill you. You're not understanding. You're a prey. You're like a school of fish. You're like a flock of sheep. You're like a herd of cattle. You're not paying attention to me. You're not listening to me. You are viewed by the predator class, the rich. The rich. Who you think are billionaires are just nothing more than window dressing. They don't have anything. Elon Musk is a joke. Every penny he got was subsidized and given to him by the government. Everything else is rich families. His father was a technocrat. He's just following his father's policies, his family's policies, you fucking retards. So they want you dead, folks. And how are they going to do that? By giving you cancer and making money off that on your way out, and by depopulating you via bioweapon injection. And this is why you haven't heard about it. All the millions of babies and people that have died. This is why you're not hearing about it, because it's a depopulation program. The reason that the news doesn't come out and arrest all these people like Fauci and everybody really in government and at big pharma like Pfizer and all this, the reason they're not immediately arrested is because it's a depopulation program. They all know. There's whistleblowers come out all the time about how these things are killing and murdering people, and they'd end up disappearing and dying. Same with the free energy. You come up with free energy, they all die. They all die. Pedophiles are using this symbol to identify each other. Please, folks, be aware. Europe has the values of the Talmud. Oh, where they're all pedophiles, and they view, everybody as slaves, goyim and shit, animals. You mean with the one where Jews are God's gift to the world and everyone else is an animal? That's what you go by, the Talmud. That's what I thought. Oh, look. COVID comes out in 2020, the death count goes down. But as soon as the vaccine comes out, boom, the death count skyrockets to disguise the depopulation program for the naive little baby child-minded retards out there that don't understand that they're under attack by a predator class and they're the prey class. If you don't have $1 billion at least and you're the prey class. Oh, I got 10, 50 mil, $100 million. I got $1 billion. You're the prey class. Even if you got $1 billion, you're the prey class. You got to have quadrillions. These people have been here. They create money out of thin air for hundreds of years. They've been back to Napoleon. They were fucking controlling governments back to Napoleon, you jack-offs. And then all of a sudden, and making money and accumulating money and wealth for hundreds of years. And you retards think that a 40, 50-year-old jack-off like Elon Musk is the richest man in the world? They've got you idiots dumber than shit off the ground. Do you know how dumb you assholes are out there? Just a reminder, you're dumb as fuck. You're not voting your way out of this slavery. Meet Tim Osman. 1980s, CIA agent, Tim Osman. We're going to need you to go to the Middle East. You kind of look that way anyway. We're going to send you over there, okay? Bill, why are you all over the Epstein list, buddy? Oh, that's why you want to blot the sun out. That's why you want fake meat. That's why you want to destroy farmers and steal all their land and shit and create fake meat and all this weird shit. And that's why you want to kill people in India and Africa with vaccines. I get it now. You're a total fucking blackmailed pedophile. You're totally compromised like the rest of them. I know they've got a problem person. The trooper arrests 8th sober driver for DUI. The same mentally ill trooper is arresting people that are sober. Again, giving a monopoly of force to mentally ill people, what do you think is going to happen? A monopoly on force is criminal and illegal. This guy is kidnapping people. He has to be executed immediately. You take anybody's freedom one time, you have to be executed immediately. You're not respecting freedom. In my world, when you disregard anyone's freedom in any way, shape, or form, that's an automatic execution. That's an automatic execution in any way, shape, or form. You take anybody's freedom, You kidnap them, you took their freedom. That's an execution. That's an execution in my world. You can't do that. You can't kidnap anyone. You get automatically executed in my world. You should have been more careful before you kidnapped him. You should have had a whole public fucking thing going, everybody knowing what they did wrong before you did that. The whole town should have been informed. More than 170 comparative studies and articles on mask ineffectiveness and the harms they cause. It's mind-boggling that people don't understand. When you wear a mask, it's like taking a diarrhea shit with underwear on. That's how dumb you are. You literally don't understand physics. Exhaust in, exhaust out in the same hole. Wow. Now you're going to be banned from buying food if you don't submit to the pedophile depopulation program. If you don't submit to the depopulation program, you won't be able to eat and have a slower depopulation program with the cancer and GMO in the foods. You'll have to die sooner. You can delay your death. But then again, that's not delaying yet, is it? Wow. A man reorder his identical Walmart shopping list from 2022 for 45 items. Yeah, 126, and then 2 years later, it's $414. Now that's everything. Everything in the world has gone up. It's insane. And again, look at Israel's plan. This is Israel's plan. You have Palestine, right? And then you have Palestine 2.0. Everybody else is Palestine 2.0. You will end up like Palestine. Israel wants to fucking bomb you into a pile of rubble. That's what Israel wants. That's what it does. It bombs children into rubble. So it can create a financial hub for the rich and a haven for pedophile rich billionaires that they use to control everybody else. And they're allowed to flee to Israel and be safe in Israel. The land that was invaded by terrorists in Israel in 1948. The UK helped them invade Palestine because Israel, or the terrorist group at the time, promised the UK that they would get the US involved because they control the US in the war in World War II. So that's how this happened. It's an illegal invasion. It's a terrorist attack invasion by terrorist groups that invaded Israel. And so here they are, these mentally ill, psychopathic pedophiles, booby trapping children's toys in Gaza. This is what's happening right now. They invaded in 1948 Palestine, and now they're booby trapping children toys to murder children. They're genociding children. I don't live in a world where you can get away with murdering children. Okay, no, and where you can get away with treating people guilty before they're innocent, not proven innocent, guilty. Everybody is innocent until proven guilty. Everybody until proven without a shadow of a doubt by everybody in the world. Then you know what I mean? Yeah, it's real sad. It's real sad. The murder is going on to this day. Pedophile Trump is still supporting all of the pedophile politicians in the U.S. are still giving money and weapons to murder children to this day. They're all a bunch of murdering pedophiles. Everybody in this gang that rules over the geographical location called the U.S., this gang of pedophiles that rules over the people in this geographical location known as the U.S. are murdering children every day. They have no problem with giving money to pedophiles. Look, if you have a group of friends and you find out one of them is a pedophile and you still hang out with that dude, you're a fucking pedophile, okay? Something's wrong with you. Same with the U.S. government. When you still are best friends with a genocidal pedophile like Israel, something's wrong with you. Something is wrong with you, politicians in the U.S. You have a best ally that is murdering children. That's your best butt buddy. You embrace these genocidal pedophiles and give them money and weapons. In any normal group of friends, you would never let a pedophile hang out with you. But here you are, everyone in the U.S. loving a bunch of pedophiles in Israel, genocidal murderers that murder children and babies. One day, all the babies will be shot in the lower torso. The next week, they'll all be shot in the head. And the week after that, they'll all be shot in the limbs. And it's a game to them. And they'll live stream it on 4K for 2 years. And nobody even bats a fucking eye. You fucking retards get everything you got coming to you. The kind of world you live in, you deserve to be the Palestinian children in Gaza. All of you assholes are the next children of Gaza. And I can't wait to see you die. Because I'm going to watch you die. They're going to kill you the same way. And I'm going to laugh that you didn't do nothing. You didn't stand up for them, and now you're dead. I'm going to laugh when you die. I'll still be here as you fucking die, you dumb fucks. Look at them. Look at these fucking terrorists. Look at these cocksucking terrorists. Israel. All right, this guy's a total fucking mental ill case. But he doesn't understand 9/11 was an inside job. But anyway, he does tell you how Israel is a serial breaker of ceasefire agreements. Israel has never kept one ceasefire agreement out of literally thousands. They've never kept one. Okay? Understand the pedophiles you're dealing with. Okay? If they will, let me explain something. If Israel will murder children in front of the world with no repercussions, don't you think they would nuke the rest of the world if nukes were real? If these assholes, if nukes were real, can you imagine Israel, how many, all the countries around it would have been blown up if nukes were real? If they will kill babies, they will nuke everybody. So this Samson thing is nonsense. There are no nukes. How do we know? They would have fucking used them on Gaza already, you assholes, and Jordan and Lebanon and Egypt and everywhere around them that they invaded, that they want to spread out and steal their land. Uh-oh, there's that pedophile symbol again. He must be a pedophile. He's loyal to some pedophile symbol here. Trump seems to be loyal to a pedophile symbol here, a genocidal symbol. This is a symbol of genocide. When you see this, you should be thinking children murdered in the head 1 week, shot in the torso another week, and then all of them shot in the limbs another week, all children. by snipers laughing about it on YouTube and shit, or TikTok 4K. Trump says war is over. Netanyahu, of course, says otherwise. Yeah, because he's a psychopathic pedophile murderer that is best friends with Trump. Your best friend is a genocidal pedophile, Trump. Birds of a feather flock together. Again, if you're in a social group of friends and you find out one of them is a serial killer that rapes women and children and all this, you don't continue to hang out with them, man. Hey, you don't continue to hang out with child murderers and rapers. But hey, Trump, all the politicians in the U.S., they love Israel because they're pedophile, genocidal murderers. Again, the government and the United States politicians has exposed their psychopathy to the public with their support of genocide by not cutting all ties to somebody who's genociding children, and by murdering innocent people in Venezuela without any due process and innocent until proven guilty. The U.S. is openly and overtly displaying its psychopathic behavior worldwide. Fuck Trump. Netanyahu refuses to declare end to Gaza war. California bans Glocks. Again, grown adults. All right, grown women, I should say, grown women dick suckers like this can never tell you can't have a gun, and what kind, or anything, or make you jump through a hoop. These pedophiles have no right to rule over you and make any rules for you. The fact that you think you've been raised by a bunch of gangs and you have been tricked into believing they have authority over you. Okay? You've been tricked into believing that this gang pretends to be legit, pretends to be good, all this pretending to fool you into believing it has the right to punish you if you don't obey its rules. All these people have to die so slow, it's insane. I will kill every one of these people right now and sleep like a baby. Do I go around telling you that you can't have a gun to defend yourself? No, because I can't. It's not my place. You're free. You're a grown adult. Why would I do that? Why would I do that? That's insane. You have to be I would have to be mentally ill to want to go and outside of my fucking electromagnetic field and tell you what to do. Okay? I would have to be mentally ill, meaning I don't understand freedom. Israeli officials are openly saying they plan to resume attacks in Gaza. They never stopped, Jimmy. Openly declaring that they intend to terminate the Gaza ceasefire till they get their hostages back. Israel has posted a tweet in Hebrew as such. You love Israel more than the U.S. Again, you have a pedophile here openly and overtly admitting that he receives money by a foreign genocidal pedophile state. He's openly admitting that he's a traitor. He accepts foreign money because she wanted a fucking some shit in Bethlehem, whatever the fuck she wanted, right? That's what he said. No, it's all the fucking shit here in the U.S. government. This is crazy, bro. It openly admitting treason in front of the world, the U.S. like this is bizarre. I can't believe that the military hasn't arrested and hung this guy yet, like for treason, accepting foreign money. Like, I don't understand. It's amazing that everybody, all the dual citizens of Israel haven't been rounded up and executed. It's amazing. These are foreign invaders. Israel has invaded not just the United States government, folks. They've literally infiltrated every government. It's like a goddamn infestation of cancer and shit on the world. It's like they're demon possessed mentally ill retards, hell-bent on destroying the world so their demons can feed on suffering and fear, etherically harvesting the suffering of people. So they dictate the policies to create that suffering. They need to feed on this etheric energy. Well, don't forget, emotions is an etymology of emotion is energy and motion. The etymology of emotion is energy and motion. So when you have emotions of fear and suffering, they're feeding on this energy, the parasites, the etheric parasites that want a world of suffering. What if Earth stops? You're not on a cartoon ball, folks. This right here, the end of this world is impossible. It's not real. When you wake up from a dream at night, in the morning, do you obsess and go, wow, where'd that go? Was it real? And all, you know what I mean? You're wondering where it went. Well, you're still in the dream. Are you going to wonder where this went when you wake up too, you stupid fucking retards? Huh? You're not thinking. America second, Trump admits to Israel's parliament how corrupt he is. Look at this fucking pedophile. Subservient to another genocidal maniac. Subservient to a genocidal pedophile maniac. And then he's got the pedophile symbol that he stands in for. He stands in front of the pedophile symbol. We can block any American we want. You give a group of mentally ill retards a monopoly on power, folks, you are doomed. They're arresting sober people for DUIs and kidnapping them. Any one kidnap is punishable by death, by the way. You kidnap anybody and take their freedom and you are wrong, that's punishable by death. Okay? In my world, you die for that. You die for that. You die for kidnapping free people. You die for kidnapping free people in my world. That's right. You die for having no respect for freedom. You learn the hard way. You'll be out of here so fast, it's insane. U.S. is working on doubling aid to Argentina to $40 billion by tapping private money. No, it's really $60 billion because they did double it. And if they don't pay the 20, they got to pay their 20 that they couldn't pay. You fucking dumb fucks. You're all retarded. For my next act, I will make freedom-loving small government conservatives defend a police state. Canadian bill would strip internet access from specified persons. There you go. They want to take your freedom. And again, you notice how the politicians like Clinton, that cunt fucking Clinton, the terrorist, foreigner, traitor, she'll say shit like, oh, social media, TikTok, and it's their fault. It's the guns. It's like saying it's the guns' fault. Like, look, when people say shit on TikTok and you don't like it, it's not the social media. It's not TikTok. It's the people you don't like what they're saying. Okay? I know you don't like that TikTok is a tool, but that's all it is. TikTok can't say anything. It's not alive. It's the people on it that are saying this to you, you pedophile bitch. UK goes Orwellian with mandatory digital ID, they all gonna die. Swiss voters narrowly approve digital ID. Wow, you're fucked. You're all fucked. All the UK, I went over all this shit. We'll go over some new shit here. I want to try to get to the new shit. So again, you got all this mentally ill. Again, it's all owned by Vanguard, BlackRock, and State Street. It's a joke. It's such a joke. And again, anybody ruling over anybody else is illegal and criminal. Nobody can make rules for you. Nobody can get in a group and a gang of pedophiles and vote and say, well, we voted, now we get to tell you what to do. That's the mentally ill shit, people. That's the mentally, we won fair and square. No, you didn't. No, you didn't. You don't, it's not a game. You don't get to tell anybody what to do. Ever, man. Like that, get that out of your head. You don't ever get to tell anyone what to do, ever. That's a mental illness in your part. You're mentally ill. I don't get to tell anybody what to do, but more importantly, I don't want to because I'm not mentally ill. I'm not weak. It's hard enough for me to control myself. Why would I want to try to control you and the rest of the world? Huh? Israeli troops killed civilian during Hamas attack and covered it up. The killing of Tom Godot by the army is the latest example of Israelis killed intentionally or mistakenly during the 7th October Hamas-led attack, with many Israelis killed by their own military. What is that other thing they call it? Anyway, yeah, it's all ridiculous. Trump cuts off aid to Colombia. Well, why are you giving Colombia money instead of children that need to eat in the U.S.? There are families starving right now. They have no food for groceries. They have no groceries. And you're giving money to other countries? Are you mental? I don't know how you people are allowed to exist in government. I don't get it. You steal everybody's money in the public, give it away to everyone else in front of them while their kids die, and they don't even bat an eye. You're amazing. You are fucking amazing, government. You take the cake. I don't know how you do it. I don't know how you do it. You literally wipe out an entire multi-generational middle class in almost no generations, and no one bats an eye. You literally give everybody's money that you stole from them to everybody but them as their children dies, and they still vote for you. And they still vote for you. I don't know how you do it. I don't know how you do it. I know how Trump does it. I know Trump is a traitor for accepting $230 million of foreign money. I know that Chuck Schumer is a traitor for accepting $1,700,000 from a foreign invader that genocides children. When I find out somebody is a pedophile, genocidal serial killer in my group of friends, I don't hang out with them or take money from them when they kill and murder children. I don't support that. I would not only give the money back, I would shove it back. I would fucking shove it up their fucking assholes with a fucking shotgun. I would kill them. I would kill anybody that is out there killing children. I would kill them. If I could kill everybody that is murdering these kids in Palestine right now, I would kill every one of them right now if I could kill them. They would not be killing anymore. They would never be able to kill anybody ever again. That's right. That's right. Check out old B-Rye over here. They write, don't fuck with it on bombs in Israel and then drop them on Gaza. On children. On children. We are dealing with a group of mentally ill psychopaths, aka government. President Gustavo of Petro of Colombia accused the U.S. of murdering an innocent fisherman in an attack on a boat that the American authorities claimed had been carrying out illicit drugs, prompting President to declare Sunday that he would be in Colombia and wanted to talk. Again, everybody's innocent until proven guilty. That's the world we live in. We're civilized. We're not heathens. We're not savages. We're not animals. Everybody's innocent until proven guilty. We're not savages. We're civilized. We're not animals. Trump is an animal, psychopath. Hegseth, his little boy that he's riled up and got all excited, changed it from Department of Defense to Department of War. He's tricked them into murder. He's tricked these people into murder, man. Got them all riled up. Told them that, hey, we call him a terrorist and we could just murder him now. It doesn't work that way. The world we live in is civilized. Trump administration is creating a gun owner registry, right? Folks, you buy a gun, you're on a NICS list. They surveil you. Your government, that will not allow you to have a militia, which is required in the Second Amendment. You have the right to have a militia, which is a group of men and guns to protect against government tyranny. Do you see any militias protecting you from the government anywhere? The Second Amendment basically requires everybody here to have a standing army against the tyranny of this group of pedophiles called government. And again, you got mentally ill shit stains like Joe Rogan that believes that government was created to protect your freedom when it was there to take your freedom. You were free before government came along. And the name inherently debunks your mental illness, Joe Rogan. The name, the etymology of the name government is a Latin root word for mind, because we're all in our mind here, and they acknowledged it after every word that we're here in our collective mind, collective imagination under a dome, kingdom, freedom. Every word we would describe where we're at. We're in a kingdom, acknowledging we're under a dome. There is an establishment acknowledging we're in our mind. The govern means to limit or control. So when you have the idea of government is to limit or control you. Like, think about the opposite of progress is Congress. They want to limit you and control you. Congress is the opposite of progress. Government is the ultimate in limitation. Study links ultra-processed plant-based meat, alternatives to depression and inflammation. Yeah, you think? I would be suppressed too if I found out I was eating Bill Gates' lab-grown fake-ass meat in a world like that. Yeah. More Americans demand legal weed, cannabis. It's flower. It's not a weed. That's a negative term. It's a flower. Beautiful, gorgeous flower. Just gorgeous. But lawmakers plot to kill it. And again, they're after the guns right now. They're after all our weed. They want to take every little thing that's good. They don't care if you die from cigarettes or alcohol or fentanyl and all that shit. But they want to protect you from weed that doesn't kill you. It actually heals you. It's a cure for cancer. But they don't want you to have it. You're dealing with a group of pedophiles, a gang that supports murdering children in Palestine. You live in a world where your government murders children by giving weapons to Israel on the other side of the world. That's your government. They love Israel. They love murdering children. They love supporting pedophiles. The pedophiles flee to Israel, and Israel protects them. It's a pedophile haven. It's a safe zone for pedophiles. Okay? Israel's ultra-Orthodox Jews have traditionally been largely exempt from military service. Both parties had left earlier this year, but are expected to rejoin. And now they're going to make them. Now they're going to start making these retards. Anyway. Oh, look. Trump's getting diarrhea shit stained on. Look, Trump's getting diarrhea shit stained on by the people instead of him doing it. You don't get the diarrhea shit on us. We shit on you. We shit on you, pedophile. You don't get to tell me what to do. Who the fuck do you think you are? You're going to tell me what to do. I'll bash your fucking head in and all your pedophile buddies in the Republican and Democratic Party. Both of you pedophile gangs are not going to rule over the world anymore. All you pedophiles, uniparty, because you're just two gangs in one big party, a big pedophile monopoly party. You don't get to exist here anymore. You all got to die. Well, of course, stealing money from people and giving it to someone else, of course that's not going to benefit them, you fucking retard. Are you mentally ill? Do you have to say this? You have to say this? You really have to say this? You're that dumb? Wow. Here, Argentina, have $40 billion, but we got to cut prices. We got to cut all this shit. We got to cut your fucking food to children But hey, 40 billion to this faggot? Fuck yeah, no problem. But we got to cut everything. But we got 40 billion, no problem. We got to cut everything. But we got 40 billion here. Here, just give it to them. Give it to this fucking guy. But we need to pay the government. We need to pay our employees. We need to pay food stamps. Fuck that. Give it to this guy. We're cutting. We're making cuts to you. You American retards. You American people. You dumb fucking slaves. We're cutting you and giving it to fucking someone else. Meanwhile, they don't bat an eye. I live in a world where they openly steal the money from their children's mouths. They destroy the middle class. They openly steal all your money and destroy your world around you and give your money they just stole out of your child's mouth to some fucking pedophile in another country. And you don't even bat an eye because you're trained to obey the government and the politicians and the cops. You're trained your whole lives, multi-generational psychological operations your whole life. You've never been free. You don't even know what it's like. There's at least 200 to 300 years of evidence that this world hasn't been free. Not one time. Except when they ran from the governments to come over to the U.S. and they were free for a little bit, but they got caught up to and infiltrated, and they started a government. There was no government in the U.S. It was free as shit. It was huge. It was wealthy. It was the wealthiest of all time. Free land, free wealth, no government, and then they got a government under the guise of freedom from the Brits, another government. And here we are. You're all slaves. They give your money. They steal your money out of your child's mouths and give it to some fucking genocidal pedophile supporter. And of course, Pam Blondie defends warrantless home invasions. They create a Nazi Gestapo. Again, these people in government shouldn't even exist. And look at this shit. This is crazy. What the public puts up with is crazy. It is fucking crazy. She won't join a genocidal Israeli defense, whatever the fuck, I forgot what it was. Israelis revolt against military. Good for you, sweetheart. You have a heart. Wow. Somebody with a heart in Israel. And again, you're not a Jew. There's no such thing as a Jew. Again, you're not Jewish. Again, and you're not Semitic. You're not a Semite. Okay, if anything, you're from fucking Khazarian or Polish or Polak. You're a Polak, a dumb Polak. And again, here's the amount of people in Israel who want to murder the Palestinians. 91%, 97%. The lowest one on this chart is 38%, 31% down here. And that is rate of Jewish Israelis believing that all residents of a conquered enemy city should be killed. You're down to 31% on this one. On then over here, up here, 63% say, you survived an attack, you should all die too. We're gonna double tap, triple tap you. Fuck it. Every accusation is a confession by Israel. Every accusation is a confession. They always accuse what they are doing to people, the world. Again, Senator Rand Paul's bill to repeal Real ID. Dude, fuck you, you fucking pedophile fucking Rand Paul. This faggot has been pushing his gang of Republicans my whole fucking life. Him and his faggot pedophile father. Don't act like you give a fuck about freedom. You want to roll over me with your pedophile gang, Trump gang, okay? Fuck you, die. Everybody in the government, again, all of them. You got these media personnel that have been pushing government my whole life, like these Democracy Now! and what's his name? All of these TV, Sean Hannity, all these fucking pedophile fucks. My whole life has been trying to rule over me with their gang, bro. These fucking losers. All of these pedophile media people, all of these politicians have been trying to rule over me with their gangs. Whether it's, you call it one name or another, whether you paint it blue or red, it's still a pedophile gang ruling over me. Okay? Okay, pedophiles? Now, these people here are way too happy to have Charlie Kirk dead. And you know, Charlie Kirk did discover that there was all kinds of Israel shit going on and funds and laundering, and he discovered it all. He wanted an audit. They killed him. And that's why they're all in on it, because they were all making money. They were paying all the employees with the donations. They were siphoning all the donations into big, huge paychecks for everybody. And that's why they're all happy. They got huge paydays. He's dead now. Nobody gets caught. As far as the laundering, Charlie's not gonna expose any laundering. He's dead now. We get to keep the millions. We get to keep the millions. Yeah, it's amazing, right, Mikey? It's amazing. It's amazing, Mikey. Amazing, right? Donald Trump confuses dementia screening for very hard IQ test as he brags about results. Ouch. Ouch. God, what is this? Who is this guy? Wow, the stairs here, there's evidence of melting and a solid turning into a liquid and flowing. Look, evidence of a solid turning into a liquid and flowing and then hardening back up again. Huh. Evidence of hot liquid concrete, evidence of it being hot and malleable, and you could drive on it and leave tracks, but then it hardens right back up into concrete. Huh. Footprints preserved in time because it hardened back up into the concrete red brick that it melted into. Look, a building right here where you can still see the fucking windows. You can still see the windows as the building melted like a piece of ice cream or butter in the fucking microwave. Look how this building melted like a piece of butter from a solid into a liquid and then back into a solid again. Because like I said, the electricity didn't last that long. It was powerful enough to do all this damage, but it stopped. It wasn't a super long time, as we can see, because it cooled off enough to re-solidify and show how it was melting before. You see the windows here, those are windows of a building. Cost of war, $8 trillion, but we got nothing for you. Nothing. Oh, hold on. God damn it. Oh, God, it's freezing. I gotta turn the heat on, dude. I'm fucking cold, dude. God damn, it's fucking cold. Holy, I got like 10 pieces. I got 3 pairs of pants on, plus lawn johns. 3 pairs of pants. I'm wearing 3 pairs of pants, plus a pair of lawn johns in here. Wonder how cold it is. $48 degrees in here. Now you tell me if that's a comfortable life to live, to have to live in your living room at 48 degrees. Tell me. Tell me. $8 trillion. While veterans struggle, they steal $3.8 billion a year and give it to fucking Israel. Can you believe that shit? These fucking pedophile fucks. While your children starve, Israel has free healthcare and free weapons in war. Trump administration shields Israeli official charged with child sex crimes. Pedophiles hide from justice in Israel, CBS News. Exposed Israel's global pedophile network. It's really the multiple intelligence agencies. It's worldwide. Okay, it's many agencies, different agencies in many different countries. It's a network of pedophiles. These fucking, everybody in the CIA, MI6, MI5, the Mossad, they're all one big nest of pedophiles, controlled, via an umbrella, so to speak. Ella. Never forget Israel's attack on the USS Liberty, on our freedom, murdering 34 Americans, murdering and injuring 174 Americans. But they love you. What? I thought we were their allies. No, yeah. You're just listening to pedophiles on the news because they're all a bunch of pedophiles. That's your problem. Look, J.D. Vance panics after Charlie Kirk's wife cheating scandal. Again, these two need to not make it so obvious or something, maybe. I don't know. Be a good guy or else. Don't be like JFK, bro. Don't JFK me, bro. Sober Georgia drivers charged with DUI. Power tripping on you, treating you like dirt. The world I live in, people don't get treated like shit like this by their fellow man. They get treated with respect and dignity. Nobody gets kidnapped like this in my world. This type of punishment is illegal and criminal in my world. If you have a problem with somebody, you don't kidnap them. That's not how it works, bro. Oh, here, check out these Halloween outfits in case you guys didn't. For next year here, you could be a serial killer. You can now dress like one of the most prolific mass murderers in human history. Petri dish included. You get a Petri dish. You get the coat. You get the glasses. Hell, you even get a little Fauci doll. In 1 year, you could face 10 years in prison for owning a gun. Because of a pedophile says that you're not allowed to defend yourself against them. Only they're allowed to have guns. They're allowed to have guns. You don't get the gun, you fucking slave. Rules for thee, not for me. Cops will have guns. There's nothing wrong with guns. They love guns. But they vilify guns as far as you don't get the guns. You're a child. You're under their subject. You're subject to them. You're a subject. Fake grieving widow grifter costume. Fake widow grieving grifter costume. There we go. I know I showed some of these before, but a lot of you don't pay attention anyway. I'm kidding. And it doesn't hurt to reinforce. Top 1% hold more wealth than the bottom 90% combined. It's lopsided. It's not even. It's not fair. It's not right. 1% share of U.S. wealth since 1989 to 2024. Oh, gee, when did they give some fucking wealth back here? What year is this? Fucking cocksuckers. Oh, again, all of you fucking young YouTube retarders out there that think Candace Owens is some type of hero. Like even Max retard Egan. It looks like she's waking up. That bitch wants you to have government. She wants to rule over you with a gang, Republican gang. Okay? Her whole life, she's been pushing government. CIA, coffee cup, criminals in action, cocaine import agency. She has a CIA coffee cup. She supports the CIA provides a weapon for genocide. The CIA provided the cocaine and for crack that destroyed all the. She loves the CIA, even though they are the number one regime changer, war causer, starter, murdering psychopaths, genocidal pedophiles of all time. But she loves them. Again, this bitch is crazy. She's mentally ill. She supports genocide and murder and cocaine importation to destroy the neighborhoods in the 80s and to this day. But she's calling out the FBI and she's a fucking hero? Right? Are you fucking stupid? Are you fucking people stupid? She still wants to roll over you via her gang of Republican red-stated retards. And Tucker, he still has his Kabbalah red string bracelet on. And he wants you to believe that he's America first. And then you got retards saying, oh, we want him for president. Oh, well, so he gets to rule over me? I can't just be free? Can I just be left the fuck alone from you pedophiles? Something's wrong with you? Why do you gotta fucking, why do you have this need to impose your way of life on someone else? Why don't you let them be free and do their own way of life? Live. This guy is a Disney movie actor. He's an actor. Look at this fag. They're all actors controlled by the CIA and FBI. All of the politicians and actors and CEOs are all part of the same CIA club. All of your politicians are CIA agents. They're actors. And most of all the politicians are in the CIA. Almost all your politicians are CIA agents or FBI agents. So when you think your government is legit, you're mentally ill, okay? You're mentally ill. And I just accidentally broke this cheap piece of plastic the map sensor just broke. I got to get another one. This fucking cocksuckers. Cheap plastic shit. Weakening the dollar early in his second administration would make U.S. manufacturing competitive. A weak dollar and plentiful cheap energy could power a boom. A strong dollar should emerge by the end of this term if the U.S. reshoring effort is successful. Whoops. Again, so they want a weak dollar. It's cheap energy. They're mentally ill. 70% of Americans report higher grocery prices under Trump. Oh, there's the CIA lover again. She loves to suck CIA dick. She loves government. She wants to roll over you, and she's pretending to help you. It's a joke. It's a fucking joke. It's a fucking joke. Look who's right next to the fucker. Look who's right here. Fat fuck. Uncle fucking Tom. Fucking goddamn this motherfucking guy here. Look at this traitor to Israel. Fucking Uncle Tom to Israel. Look at that shit. Look at this Uncle Tom to Israel. And look, they're all on the same team. Look at them. The same people. Oh, he pretends to not like her. She pretends to not like him. Blah, blah, blah. It's one big club and you ain't in it. Look at that shit. Look at that. They're all sucking Israel dick at the end of the day. And look at Joe sucking NASA dick. Look at Joe. And again, did you hear about, we'll get to it here. Great solar reset. You have mental ill retards out there going, look, it's a great solar reset. And then you got mental ill retards going, look, the pyramid's a node. Jeff fucking dumb fucking his buddy. Dude, that place was a building, you asshole. Shut up. Israel's seeking a new 20-year military deal. It's not a deal. You're stealing the money of hard-earned taxpayers so their children can't have food stamps. It's not a deal. It's a robbery. This pedophile, genocidal maniac needs to die. He needs to be executed, not rewarded for murdering children. You're going to reward a genocidal maniac pedophile $4 billion a year. They're already getting that for the last 40 years, by the way, you stupid shitholes. Okay? They've already been getting that. Whoa, 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 whoa. Oh, who's this super young chick? Wow. Dude. Whoa, wait. dude. She looks kind of young for you, dude. Oh. Trump, where are your hands? Trump, keep your hands off her legs. Trump, keep your hands off her young, tiny 12-year-old legs. Keep those hands off those legs. Stop it. Stop it. She's like a 2-year-old child, brah. I wonder what the pictures look like and the video looks like that we don't get to see. I wonder what that next video looks like after this happened here. I wonder what's next. Yeah, that was for the other fucking cocksucking. 150 years of evidence shows tariffs lowers inflation. That's whoops. Important context missing. The study showed that tariffs leads to lower economic growth and job losses, which then in turn, these effects drive less demand and lower price levels due to a destroyed economy. So so your method of getting lower prices and fighting inflation and all this is to destroy the world. I get it, because that's what you're doing. Look at Monday is Moon's Day. Look at fucking Wednesday is Woden's Day. Odin. Thursday's Thor's Day. Friday is Frigga's Day. Saturn's Day. Sunday is the Sun's Day. Back when the sky above actually meant something to you retards. Now you don't go outside. You know why? Because the TV told you not to. TV told you not to. You know why? They don't want, you know why? They can't have you looking at the world when they're lying to you. When they're telling you you're on a ball flying through space and the sun's 90 million miles away when it's provably 30 miles above, they don't want you going outside at night looking at the stars. They're going to tell you everything. They're going to draw you cartoons. They're going to say they discovered it all already. There's nothing you could do. Don't even look at it. We've already discovered everything. Forget it. Don't look at it. Epstein abused hundreds in Florida while Bondi was Attorney General. Let that sink in. She enabled pedophiles, and she is hiding and protecting them to this day. She is one hell of a bona fide fucking pedophile lover. And here is Epstein paying $22,000 for a woman from Epstein. That's right. That's right. That's right. We went over all this. Or did I not? Wait. 40% of women 15 to 44 want to permanently leave the U.S. Women 45 and above, 14% want to leave permanently, never want to come back. All these people don't want to come back here after the shithole that they created. Men 50 to 44, 19% never want to come back. Men 45 and above, they love it here with Trump. They love Trump, these old white fucking 45 men, not white, but I mean men. Because there's a lot of black retards out there. Look at Officer Mental Ill Doofus over there. Officer Mental Illness there. Tatum, Tandrum, Officer Genocidal Pedophile Supporter. Might as well be one, dude. Look at Trump. Oh, you're so cute in your little dress, your little robe. Who you waiting for? You waiting to suck off Bubba? You waiting for Bubba, the oil tycoon? Where's Bubba? Where's Bubba at? Where's Bubba, Bubba, boo, 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 boo? Boo, boo, goo, goo, boo, boo. Goo, goo, bubba, boo, boo, goo, goo. Fucking faggot. Okay, let me explain this right here. You have the Federal Reserve behind the wheel. You got the Federal Reserve driving. He's the real driver in charge. You got another clueless voter, dumber than dog shit off the ground. These dumb voters. And then voting is a psyop that gives grown-ups the illusion of control. Voting gives grown adults the illusion of control. They believe they have control because they've got a guy in that lies to them and destroys the world every fucking time. Don't sacrifice your children to Baal. Vote Moloch. Don't sacrifice your children to Moloch. Vote Baal. I drained the swamp. It's not Clinton. It's not Clinton. It's an oil dude. You people are fucking stupid. I don't know how you're this dumb. And here they are kidnapping Whistling Diesel for a civil offense, for taxation. Taxation is theft. You didn't let us steal money from you. You didn't let us steal money from you. So we're going to kidnap you. Dude, that's punishable by death in my world. Okay? That's punishable by death. So remember that, cops. You got to die now for kidnapping people. All you cops got to die. You can't be here. Clan of pedophiles is what the Colombian president calls Clinton and the U.S. government. This president of Colombia calls the U.S. government a clan of pedophiles. You have other leaders in other countries who know that we're ruled over here by pedophiles. The whole world knows that we're run by pedophiles, okay? It's insane. DHS traced to Israel. Uh-oh. Oops. More treason by Israel and the United States government. More collusion and treason by the United States government with a foreign invader. The United States government is colluding and aiding and abetting a foreign government. No, I already wrote those down. I don't need that. The man behind Milokowski from Poland. Look, it's Netanyahu, a Polak retard. And he calls himself a Semite and a Jew when he's a dumb fucking Polak. He's a dumb Polak, Milokowski. And again, if you want to debunk the mentally ill idea of this Holocaust, no, first of all, you don't need gas chambers to murder people. You do it the way the actual you want to murder a bunch of people, you do it the way the United States and the Soviet Union did it. You do it the right way. In World War II, if you want to murder a shit ton of people, you starve out the civilian population of Germany and you put them in open air prisons and just let them die like that. That's what the United States did to the civilians of Germany and the Soviet Union. They starved out all of the civilians. They put them in prisons, open air, and you don't need gas chambers when you could just wait a couple of weeks and starve them. You stupid shitheads. That's why there are none. And again, how does the population jump from 15 million to 15,700,000 from 33 to 48? How does it increase? 400,000. By the own statistics, the population increased, not decreased, during the so-called Holocaust. And again, were the Jews persecuted? Everybody was, but nothing compared to the civilian population of Germany, who was exterminated by the Soviet Union, ravagely raped and murdered by the Bolsheviks, and then the fucking the World War II generals. All of them aided and embedded the murder of civilians in Germany. And again, here's a letter of Whistling Diesel getting The public official thinks it's a good idea to arrest law-abiding citizens for ransom instead of sending a letter to state they owe an amount of tax. Oh, you owe this tax? We're going to arrest you now for owing whatever, a couple grand, a couple $100 in taxes. Again, it's only a couple $100 in taxes, and they're going to kidnap you. The government has to die, folks. The government can't be here. President Maduro has lately compared the situation to the U.S. invasion of Iraq, well known to have been launched on false claims about weapons of mass destruction. He accused Washington of crafting a bizarre narrative since it cannot accuse Venezuela of hiding chemical biological weapons. The U.S. has lately linked fentanyl trafficking with chemical weapons, given the substance is technically classified as dangerous chemical substance. So they can have an excuse to terrorize and terrorist attack Venezuela. And here's the true pyramid. You have the very few people that don't have to work in the world. Just everybody has to work as a slave. There's no natural balance. There's no natural balance of class. No natural balance of class. It's very, very skewed, warped, very skewed. And again, if you were to imagine these red dots as some type of cancer taking over your body. Well, this is the west coast of Florida. These are foreclosures. Tampa area, it looks like. Again, I'm from the east coast of Florida, Cocoa Beach area. That's where I grew up. I didn't go over here much except to go to like an auction in Tampa, Imperial Auto Auction. Trump thinks he's going to be everybody knows that presidents only serve 2 terms. Everybody knows this. What's wrong with the guy, bro? Why does he think he can serve 3 terms, bro, when everybody else has served 2? Like, what is wrong with the guy, bro? No, I really want to know what's wrong with this dude. Like, he gets off on an ego of ruling over the world. It's like it's an ego trip, not a job of, you know. I'm going to have to take a goddamn break, man. I get no breaks here. I got to take a break and then finish. My voice is killing me. How's everybody doing today? How's everybody doing today? Holy shit, it is fucking cold in this bitch. Let's turn this shit on. So fucking distracted over here trying to fucking do these memes. And by the way, those masks on the wall, I don't think Epstein put those. I think they were already there from the old world because they look just like all the statues that I seen at the Enchanted Forest in upstate New York that used to be an amusement park of the old world. The old world had this weird, I see a pattern. They had this weird fascination with making statues and like of themselves and dummies and mannequins and weird shit. It was a weird thing that I noticed I don't get yet about the old world. Their fascination to show themselves, to make themselves and display it, and to make something that looks like them and display it. Like all the Roman shit at Epstein's Island, that has nothing to do with Epstein. This is all shit from the old world. Again, an island is nothing more than melted buildings that were made above the floodwater. Okay? Right? Yeah, I got to take a break. And then we'll get back to the memes videos. I need to take a break. So, are there any song requests? My voice is killing me over here. 2 hours in a row on memes. And I'm not even done yet. Man, I've been going for fucking 2 hours straight. Are you crazy? I gotta take a leak, for fuck's sake. I forgot I gotta, man, geez, about an hour ago. Nope, that's not what I'm trying to do. The buildings cried.
We are not being told the real truth. Nothing in this world, nothing works the way you think it does. There's always nothing in this world, nothing.
When the buildings cried.
We are not being told the real truth. Nothing in this world, nothing works the way you think it does. There's always more to the story.
Germ theory, I'm dead. Sorry, I didn't wash my hands every second. Shouldn't I be dead? According to your batshit fucking mental illness, should I be dead? I mean, I haven't worn a mask one time. I should be fucking dead. I should see dead people everywhere.
Nothing in this world operates the way you think it does. Governments are not empowered to protect you. Police department is not there to serve you. Colleges and educational institutes are not there to educate you.
I should see dead people everywhere. But nobody does. They're not afraid. They're afraid of the government. They're afraid of you. You fucking tyrannical government motherfucking pieces of shit. And is that the kind of world you want to live in? An enslaved, captured, decimated, pathetic world? Is that the world you want to live in, or a world that's
The entire superstructure of civilization in the Western world is a combination of well-planned schemes to direct the minds of the people in such a way as to serve their masters.
where everybody's empowered? We're just a few fucking psychopathic pedophiles. Right now, just a few psychopathic pedophiles. They're in charge of this place. Alright, control them, and you can't do anything. You can't even, you get censored, deleted. You know, everything is owned by Vanguard, BlackRock, and State Street. It's a monopoly already. They've had a monopoly since the old world was wiped out with this catastrophe, flooded, and everybody's basically retarded again because, you know, everything's lost, technology, everybody's disconnected now. Everybody was not disconnected. Now you have complete disconnected places starting over in some cases. In a sense, cavemen, like Roman buildings. There are no caves. There's no volcanoes. There's no mountains, continents, islands. There was only components. The electric cities, the buildings were components on like a circuit board of the hologram. And they had free energy. And you know, they weren't fucking cavemen. Okay? They were highly advanced, and they were here for thousands of years. And all of the evidence points to this shit just got wiped out. Volcanoes are just melted buildings that are still hot from the cement. We have pictures of retards with donkeys coming in. It's 200 years ago. Just empty cities going, well, damn, I can't, how the fuck did they make that shit? It's like, you know, it's like the Planet of the Apes, where at the beginning of the movie, you see the Statue of Liberty buried and deep sticking up. I mean, it's like that. This world has been decimated. It was beautiful here. There are pockets of survival that survive. That's where you get the big cities now. That's why they are that. Paris, Rome, London, New York. Chicago, San Francisco, etc. They're the biggest pockets of survival. Nobody builds shit. Are you kidding me? With fucking donkey? Are you kidding me? Donkeys. All the technology lost and gone, except, scooped up. Any remaining pockets of survival, instantly scooped up. The Greyhound in the air with the magnetic levitation vessels, scooped up, gone, destroyed.
They scooped up all your technology
Divide and conquer.
of the old world, so you can't have it. Yeah. You got Indiana Jones.
Problem, reaction, solution.
You got Indiana Jones.
Ready to go for you. It's complete enslavement. It's complete enslavement. It's complete obedience. It's complete destruction of your soul.
You cursed friend! Look what you've done! Run now!
When the buildings cried.
Oh, what a world! What a world!
Oh my. So how's everybody doing over there? Over here. Let's see what we got. You're right. I need to smoke a bowl first. I need to smoke one more bowl here before I start. Or should I say, finish. Or should I say, I'm here. Another time.
Out of time.
I'll wait it out. Gotta wait it out. Wait it out.
Or you'll see.
I'm just here. I'm just waiting it out, man. I'm gonna watch it. Waiting what out, you say. Oh, you'll see. Oh, you'll see. I'm gonna get so starved out. It's insane. You have no idea what you're about to get. To show you our reality, how horrible our reality is. People like this get tricked, right? They get tricked
They get tricked into thinking they have
something
something that doesn't exist.
Doesn't exist.
believe it. And they believe it. They just believe it.
This guy believes it.
The guy believes it.
This guy believes it.
What's up? You found it? Yo.
So I'm just gonna have to show you our reality, how horrible our reality is. Another time. Wait it out. Gotta wait it out. Wait it out.
Yeah, you can totally tell it's melted. Cooked to ash. Turned into, it got concreted by the gas. This thick gas.
Wait it out, man.
It's so hot it vaporized concrete.
I'm gonna watch it. Wait it out.
Look. You see what that is? You see that right there? It's called evidence. That's not a statue. Nobody made that a statue. That's a being from the old world that looks like they got turned into stone. But you know what happened? The concrete around her was so hot, it didn't just turn into a liquid from a solid. It turned into a hot gas mist that clung to her skin and turned her to stone, or him. All of the red brick and concrete around her, him, her, they, what, I'm kidding. Yeah, see all that turned into liquid and melted, and then it turned into a gas and landed all on her skin, and when it cooled off, it just hardened back up into the concrete that it was from a gas and liquid back into a solid, and preserved the victim here in time. This victim was preserved in time forever. Hey, damn it!
I'm just waiting it out, man.
Crystallized. See that thing? Look, imagine these fucking things running around. Are you fucking kidding me over here?
I'm gonna watch it. Wait, what out, you say? Oh, you'll see. Oh, you'll see. Now you retards. You're gonna get so starved out, it's insane.
Starved out. It's insane.
I'm just here, I'm just waiting it out, man.
That's a cool name, dude. Supertramp, dude. It's like you're gonna go to Alaska and die or something because you only brought a 22, like a retard. I'm kidding. Because you ate some shit you shouldn't have ate. That poor guy. What a cool name, though. Very cool name, dude. Do that, whatever the fuck. Yeah, man. Supertramp. Go get away. Remember what he used to say? Because the West is the best. Right? Isn't that what he used to say? Because the West is the best. Oh, look how cute. Oh, gee, Stream Retard fixed something. I'll be dipped in fucking shit. Stream Retard fixed something. You can see this shit? Have you gotten a 3.5% raise in the past year or more? According to the latest BLS data, that's how much the average wages has gone up for the average worker. But I want to see with you if it's true. Thanks to for giving me. All right. 42% of the people in the world, in real life, real world situations, scenarios, 42% of them do not get any raises. 32% of them has gotten a raise, but we're talking about 1 to 3%. Only 15% out of the entire world of people in this situation here is getting 3 to 5% raises. And that's the elite, the CEOs, the ones who get millions, while the workers get minimum wage and can barely survive. And then you got your 10%, again, the same thing, 5 to 10% raise or more in the past year, only 10%. And that's because they're the pedophile CEOs about to take over and get millions while you get nothing. And again, check it out. Increase of $200 or more. Okay. In insurance rates. Over here, we have an increase of $50 to $199 more. So, Country Financial Insurance Company, you got 46%. I mean, they're all increasing. This one increased the most here from 50 to 199. And this one increased the most here with an increase of 200 or more. So look at Hanover here, man. Fucking Hanover's like, we're going to increase your payments $200 or more. And again, all the insurance companies are a bunch of pedophiles. The whole thing's a scam, forcing people to. How about I force you to buy my fucking product? How about I force you, fucking pedophile government, to buy my shit off the ground? How about I fucking force you to buy my shit off the ground as an insurance product? Because that's what you're doing. You're just forcing people to buy a scam, and you never even fucking follow. People get damages, and you never give them the money for it, ever. You're a scam. Even if you did, it's a scam. Look at this shit. The cost of auto insurance has rocketed in the last year by the most since the 1970s, just as vehicle prices were about to start cheapening up. Gaza's economy erased in worst collapse ever recorded, UN report finds. When you blow people apart into pieces, their infrastructure, and they're not gonna have an economy, dummy. Are you fuck? Do you really have to report this? Okay. I'm gonna deviate back to meltology here. What am I showing you here? What are we looking at here? Like I said, 300 to 500 years ago, there was a highly advanced civilization here. Basically, nothing but buildings
and some waterways. That's what it was. No mountains. They didn't exist. No mountains existed anywhere. No big vast oceans existed anywhere. There was no big ocean anywhere. There were waterways and big lakes. Okay. Now these buildings, what I'm showing you here is evidence of electricity flowing from the bottom of the entire realm, surging up into the buildings, and the byproduct is heat, melting bricks and concretes and creating a melt floods. We're talking about so much heat that it turned completely concrete and red bricks into mush, into butter, into ice cream. We're talking about heat because temperature dictates states of matter. So, for example, you take the same water and a liquid, you have a glass of water. If you heat the water up, you add more energy to it and heat it up, you can turn that water with temperature increase, you can make the water into a gas. Now you can take the same water and decrease the temperature. If you take energy away from the water and decrease the temperature, that same liquid water, instead of turning to a gas, it'll turn into a solid piece of ice, and you could throw it and beat the fuck out of somebody's head with it. The same water that was a gas that you couldn't even touch before, you could break somebody's skull with it because of the temperature change. Everything has its melting points here because temperature dictates states of matter. We're looking at red brick and concrete melting like butter, and in some cases turning from a liquid into a gas, creating what people think was a statue. Again, inside the buildings it's melting, and outside the buildings it's melting. Evidence of melting, and it cooled off and re-solidified, and you can see how it was melting before. You can see the damage here on the left. You can see the scorch marks and the dripping scorch marks over the side of front of the building. The red brick is still red. The windows are still there. You can still see some statue here. Face, nose, eyes in the railing. Or whatever. I'm not sure. It kind of looks like a face, but it's irrelevant. You're looking at a melted building, completely melted to shit here. You see scorch marks and damage. And then over here, look at this melt job. Like, look at this melt damage. Like, you are looking at beautiful, magnificent buildings that were completely melted to shit about 300 to 500 years ago. An incredible world melted to shit. Here, the red brick, here at the bottom, the red brick has turned into, see the red here? It's turned into what the retards think are natural stones, cobblestones, and rocks. But these were red bricks. If you look at the damage and the deformation, it turns red bricks into what people think are natural geological rocks. But they were just bricks. And mountains were just buildings. And you can see that this was a house. There's the door still intact. And all around the door, it melted around it. Here, another dude that got concreted from the concrete gas vapor. Another one who was frozen in time by the concrete. Like I said, the brick didn't just turn into a liquid. The brick was so hot, it turned into a vapor gas. Because there's the evidence. There's two in a row. I just showed you two people in a row who got vapor gassed by concrete. It re-solidified and it froze them in time like a statue. Hence the expression, turned to stone. That's why they say you were turned to stone when you turned around.
because they went back and they found this. It wasn't a volcano. That's a story. Now, here we see more evidence of the heat. Like I said, temperature dictates states of matter. Anything and everything has a melting point. If you get it hot enough, it will begin to turn from a solid into a liquid. And it will bend the steeple of the building. And then it'll cool off. And then when the electricity stops fast enough in this area, it re-solidifies because the heat that caused it to melt in the first place is gone now. And the temperature dictates states of matter. Hence, you take away the heat, it's going to re-solidify. Just like if you take that hot boiling water that was turning into a gas and you slow it down and cool it off, it'll solidify. The same water that you just turned to a gas from heat will turn back into a liquid, into a solid. Yep, the jobs numbers are looking really, 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 really bad, folks. And this is hiding it. Okay, they're hiding everything for years. Okay, for the last year at least. They lie to these retards and tell them everything's perfect, right? So they can catch him and pull the rug out from under him. Aren't they great, these people on the news and the politicians and the government great? They love you. They love you. They take your money from you, from your children's mouths, and give it to other countries, and they love you, and you don't even bat an eye, and you just allow them to steal from you. Again, you have this bullshit here. Oh, Trump acts like he's a hero. Oh, now you have to have a car with only 34 miles a gallon by 2031. Dude, you don't get to tell anybody how they have to make something. That's a mental illness. You thinking you have the right to tell somebody what to do has deemed you mentally ill. I don't know what's wrong with this group of people, but the more that it doesn't make it right, the more there are. The more dumb fucks there are, it doesn't make it right. Okay? I'm sorry. The more idiots tricked. Again, like I told you, everybody born here is conditioned by the world around them and programmed and trained to obey government. A group of just a gang of pedophiles that they're trained from day one by the world all around them that they have to obey cops and politicians and a ruling class. Yeah. See, you got to obey. You got to build this. And no matter how inconvenient it is for the world and your lives, you have to obey them. No matter how inconvenient, you still have to obey a group of pedophiles in a gang. Which countries which support the implementation of chat control. So they're going to monitor what you say on social media, and if they don't like it, they're going to control you. This is George Orwellian shit, folks. Okay? All these people in government have to die right now. I don't know how you're this dumb. Again, government is the group of people that you're afraid was going to hurt you in the absence of government. Government is the group of people that you're afraid of in the absence of government. It's ridiculous. You're already afraid of them that they might take advantage of you, but you're going to give them a turnkey weapon to do it against you? Are you really this dumb? How? Fucking how, man? Fucking how? Huh? Boy, if I put this right on top of this heater, right here, it keeps my hot coffee nice and warm for free. Well, I mean, I'm already running the heat, you know? Although you think it was warmed up by now, man, it was 25 degrees And it still feels like that inside because I don't know why it doesn't warm up in here, man. You go outside. I gotta go outside during the day because it's too cold inside. In here, I go outside with no heat. I'm using this little bit of heat I got left here. I didn't run the heat all last night, and let me tell you, this place was icicles in the morning. I didn't run no heat last night. It was 20 degrees something, 25, I think. I know it was down to 27 for a fact. I saw that myself in here. And I mean, I had, like I said, I had like a lawn johns on, a couple pairs of pants and some shit. And then I'm in a blanket. Even so, 20 degrees, I made it. You know what I mean? I'm alive. You know what I mean? California pension fund loses 71% of 468 million. Clean energy investment refuses to explain how. Again, isn't that the essence of government? They steal your money. Isn't that what it's for? How do you not see it? Oh, this is this whistling diesel shit. The insane corruption in government, man. It's crazy, man. Inside Epstein's temple. It's not Epstein's temple, man. It's the top of a building that survived. It's a pocket of survival. Epstein Island is a melted building that remained above the floodwater. Okay? All this shit that you think is a Greek temple and all this relic, it's more evidence proving it's from the old world. You don't see, this isn't from this world. This is a building from the old world that got melted, and this is how the old world operated with statues and shit. That's how you know why you don't see statues and people obsessing with statues anymore? Because it's a different world. You know why you don't see incredible, beautiful buildings of the old world anymore? Because they're dead. They're not here to make them anymore. You get shithole fucking boxes now. That's the shit you create. The old world creates beautiful buildings. You create boxes of shit. And here, when you look at this guilty till proven innocent murder by the United States government, what are we looking at here? We're basically looking at an empty boat with a whole bunch of people in it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Look at all these. It's just a empty boat with people. You're murdering an empty boat. There's no drugs anywhere. Why wouldn't this be full of drugs here? Why is this empty? Why is it empty? And just people, 3 engines. Why? How is this a drug boat if it's just people? This is murder. This is murder. You are innocent until proven guilty. We live in a civilized, non-animal, savage world. What you're seeing here is overt psychopathy. You're seeing a public display of a psychopathic United States government, Department of War psychopath on display for the entire world to see and call you crazy as shit. I don't understand how anybody has anything to do with the government of the United States. I know I don't have nothing to do with them if I'm not forced into it against my free will. Apollo, check this out. Are you ready for this? Are you sitting down? Strap in. I need to. Apollo astronaut confirms the rumors about the Van Allen belts. See, they don't want you to know NASA's secret. They don't want you to know that you can't. It's too dangerous. The Van Allen belts. That's why they haven't gone to the moon. They don't have the technology to get through the Van Allen belts. Again, but in 1968 to 1972, they did it 6 times, standing on their fucking heads. No problem. We just can't do it now. We just, or you can't land up there, and you're just making up excuses because you will never land up there on a fucking holographic projector that's creating your image. It's a paradox. It would be like you sitting at a movie theater and an actor coming out of the screen and shaking your hand. It's a paradox. It's ridiculous. You will never touch the moon or anything up there. It's impossible. It's a paradox. Yeah, I'm sorry. I know you've been lied to. You think you want to escape this shithole. I get it. You ain't going nowhere. It's like a dream. When you wake up from a dream, it disappears. And so does this place because it's just a figment of our collective imagination, our collective mind. The megalithic mystery of Baalbek, massive stones, no one can explain. I can explain it. I've explained it. I've explained it all. That was all red brick that got electrocuted into some blocky field. Yeah. That used to be all red bricks. That was a building. Nobody put the blocks together. These aren't blocks. They were, like I said, temperature dictates states of matter. The electricity surged through the bricks so hot that it made it from a solid into a liquid. It made it more malleable, more manageable, more controllable by a powerful electromagnetic field that literally was so palpable and powerful at the time that it made this malleable red brick conform to it and to the shape of this etheric field you can't see right now that's blocking. Nobody created this out of blocks because this was a red brick building. Sorry. That's what you're looking at is a building that was electrocuted about 300 to 500 years ago. The entire realm, the bottom of it, electricity came up so much that the byproduct was heat that it melted buildings into liquid oceans, deserts, ashtrays. What you think is a desert or beaches, that was Oh boy. Sorry about that. I lost power there. I'm back. I didn't even know it was going to go out. Yeah, it's not the Stone Age, dude. I don't know. What's up, everybody? Meltheads. How are the Meltheads doing today? How's the Valdis? Yep, 13 months, 20 days each, bruh. 20-month moon. But again, they can't have you starting out the beginning of the year when in spring like normal. We all know the beginning of the year is in spring where you plant seeds. We all know the year starts right where the sun is closer, right when the sun is coming in, and you get spring equinox. Right at spring equinox, the days begin to get longer. That's when you start the year. That's when you plant your seeds. And then at the harvest is at the end of the year. Every year. It's you grow your own food. Everybody did here. You don't grow your own food anymore? That's not the world we live in. Something's wrong if you're not growing your own food. You got tricked. You're buying food. That's not the world you're supposed to be living in. It's not organic. Something happened. That's not organic anymore. If you look, that's not normal. Something happened. Yeah, by the way, folks, if I don't come up with $250, I'm going to lose my brother's house here. By January 5th or whatever, they're all threatening they're going to steal the house if you don't pay the property taxes, so they can give it to Venezuela or Argentina. If I don't pay my property taxes here, I'm going to lose this place. So please donate. It's about $500 something, but they only want $250 right now. So if y'all can give me $250, that'd be great. By January 5th, you got to have $250 or they're going to foreclose and steal the house here that's paid off, the house and the land that's paid off, but you never own it because if you still have to pay rent to the pedophile government. The house here is completely paid off. The land's paid off. Everything here is paid off. The taxes are super low, but it's still a ripoff. And they'll still steal your house. It's still rent. But I have to have it by January 5th. So people, please donate if you can. I'm broke. I need to get these pedophiles off my back. It's criminal. Taxation is theft. It's like, again, if you want to live in a world where you have to pay someone to be allowed to exist, sorry, you're not free. If you have to pay a fucking stranger money to be allowed to exist in a world, you are a fucking slave. Okay? If you have to pay a gang of pedophiles known as the Republicans or the Democrats, if you have to pay them to exist, to be allowed to exist, you are not free. If they steal your grandmother's and grandparents' house that they've had paid off for 60 years because they didn't have the taxes, you're not free. Okay? You're not free. You're paying rent. You're paying a gang, permission to exist. You're paying a gang permission to exist. That's what taxes are. Taxes are permission to exist, or we'll break your fucking legs. If you don't give us the fucking money, we'll throw you in a cage, break your fucking legs. We're the mafia. The government is the new mafia. The government is the new royalty. It's always been the old mafia, though, right? But like I was saying, I had my tongue up this chick's set. Anyway, like I said, this nobody grabbed big blocks and built it like this. I know it looks like that because you're basically retarded, and I get it. I understand why you think that they built like this. I get it. I get it. It looks like they put a block on top of another big block. They moved them all at once. You look at the melting here and you look at it and you think they carved it now or something, your mental illness. And you don't understand that heat and electricity can make things, electromagnetism and a hologram in general can do really weird shit.
$150 ago, you didn't have to ask permission from the government to go fishing, own a property, build on your property, renovate your home, use a transportation vehicle, start a business, get married, own a weapon, hunt, cut hair, sell a product, protest, grow your own food, sell that food that you grew on your own property, or even just set up a lemonade stand. And now you virtually can't do anything without asking for the government's permission first. So if you still think you're free, you're deluding yourself.
Like, can you imagine? Like, what is the government's business in your relationship with your girlfriend? What is it their business? What is it their business that if you have a bond with somebody in a relationship and you get married? What is it? Why does the government have anything to do with that? They should have nothing to do with that. People don't even think they're married unless they have the government's permission. Like, the whole idea of marriage is a mental illness in the first place. It's a trick, right? There's nothing wrong with two people getting together, but the idea of getting you to sign and you're doing ritual stuff now. You're getting into some nasty shit here with the signing. You're doing magic now. That you don't understand this world. You don't need that. That's all bull. That's crazy shit. A marriage license, permission to have a relationship with someone. Like, how the fuck did they get involved with that? Like, what the fuck is wrong with these people, bro? Y'all. I mean, I'm mind boggled over here. For fuck's sake, man. By the way, have you guys donated yet? Did you guys? I hate to ask for donate. I hate this part. Whatever part. You guys don't forget to donate because I really need to eat and shit. Like, I don't have any food right now. Although I look pretty fucking good. Pretty shredded, ripped, carved, chiseled, sculpted. Not a shred of fat or even a wrinkle. Fountain of youth is real. The fountain of youth is real. Isn't it? Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Okay, we're going to show a little Max dumb fuck. I'm just kidding. Dude, I swear these two, they're so dumb. It's insane. I fucking love them to death. But God damn, they're fucking painfully dumb. Painfully dumb.
What happens if you refuse Australia's digital ID in 2025? It's a question millions of Australians are starting to ask, but few are getting a straight answer to. The government says it's voluntary. Tech experts call it the future. Privacy advocates warn it could reshape your rights. So where does that leave you? If you choose not to—
What rights? You don't have any rights. Look around. You're fucking everything you believe you had a choice in because you were given two choices. You believe you had a choice. Your whole life growing up, you believe you're free because they gave you two choices.
to sign up for digital ID, like the new My ID app, will you still be able to access Centrelink, Medicare, your bank, or even renew your driver's license? Or will saying no quietly lock you out of everyday life in an increasingly digital Australia? Today, we are cutting through the confusion to reveal exactly what's at stake if you opt out of digital ID in 2025, and why voluntary might not mean what you think it does. Let's start.
Oh yeah, voluntary doesn't mean what I think you. When they say voluntary, yeah, it doesn't mean what you think it does. I'm just going to give you a fair warning right now. What they call voluntary and what you think they mean by that, two very different things. I'm going to say it again.
Basics. Digital ID is a secure, government-backed system that lets you prove who you are online without handing over physical documents. Instead of emailing a scan of your passport or waiting in line at a service center, you use an app like MyID to verify your identity instantly. The system uses facial recognition, encrypted document checks, and two-factor authentication to confirm you're really you, and then lets you share only the bare minimum of information needed for a specific task. Need to prove you're over 18? Your digital ID can do that without revealing your address or full name.
Yeah, I can't even watch movies on YouTube now that require you to be 18 without having to do some fucking prove without doing some type of biometric shit. I have to do a biometric some shit or show my driver's license to watch a fucking stupid rated R movie on YouTube. Now, do you see where this is going? Your access is slowly diminishing your freedom. Folks, I don't know why you let a gang rule over you. I don't care what their excuse is, man. They don't have it, man. Something's wrong with you for obeying. I know they tricked you your whole life. I know your whole life they've trained you to obey them. Their whole life, the TV, movies, government, corporate, your whole life, you've been trained to obey these fucking criminal pedophiles. But you've been tricked and it's wrong to obey criminal pedophiles when you're free. And they have no right to tell you what to do about anything ever. They have no right to tell you what to do ever. Not one thing. These people are mentally ill and delusional.
Applying for a tax refund? Log in securely without passwords or paper forms. On the surface, it sounds like a win. Faster service, less fraud, more control over your data. And after massive breaches like Optus and Medibank exposed millions to identity theft, it's easy to see why the government is pushing hard for change. But here's the catch: convenience often comes with hidden trade-offs. And in 2025, those trade-offs are becoming impossible to ignore. The Digital ID Act officially came into force on December 1, 2024. Since then, federal services like the ATO, Centrelink, and Medicare have already integrated the system. By late 2025, state and territory governments will follow, meaning things like driver's license renewals, housing applications, and even school enrollments could require digital ID verification. And by the end of 2026, banks, telcos, energy providers, and major retailers will be on board too. Now, the government insists this is all voluntary, for individuals, at least. There's no law that says you must download MyID or link your identity to the national system. You can still, in theory, use your physical driver's license, passport, or birth.
Then again, they'll just wave a magic wand and say, now it's the law. We've been forcing you to obey us with laws your whole life. So what's the big deal? And one more law forcing you into a digital prison so we can track every little goddamn thing you do. And if we don't like it, we just shut you down. and you can't operate in the system anymore freely, like a free normal, because we control it all. We'll deny you everything. It's a monopoly prison.
Certificate to prove who you are. But theory and reality are two very different things. Because while you won't face,
like I said, theory and reality are two very different things. What you think they mean by voluntarism? Yeah, no.
fines or legal penalties for refusing digital ID, you will face consequences, subtle, systemic, and increasingly unavoidable. First,
And systematic.
there's access. As more services migrate to digital ID-only portals, the traditional options are quietly being scaled back. Why? Because maintaining two parallel systems, one digital, one analog, is expensive and inefficient. Service Australia has already begun streamlining its online platforms around digital ID logins. Banks are testing digital ID for new account openings. Telcos are using it to verify SIM swaps and prevent fraud. If you're not in the system, you may find yourself forced into slower, in-person processes, or worse, hitting dead ends when trying to complete tasks online. Imagine this: you're applying for a small business loan. The bank's entire digital onboarding process is built around digital ID verification. You say you'd prefer to come in with your passport. They tell you branch appointments are booked out for 6 weeks, and even then, you'll still need to complete part of the process online. Suddenly, voluntary feels a lot like mandatory. Second, there's time. Without digital ID, everything takes longer. Manual verification means more paperwork, more waiting, more back and forth. In a world where speed equals service, opting out could mean you're treated as a second-class user, someone who's difficult to serve.
You're a second class, huh? You're trying to be difficult. You don't want to get in line. You want to ruffle the feathers, go against the grain, huh?
That might not matter if you rarely interact with government or financial institutions. But if you rely on Centrelink, need regular Medicare claims, or are applying for housing support, delays could have real financial and emotional costs.
Depend on the government in any way, you are fucked, and you're just going to have to fucking suck it up, Pilgrim.
Third, and perhaps most concerning, is the risk of digital exclusion. Australia's push for digital ID isn't just about efficiency. It's part of a broader shift toward a fully digital public infrastructure. Once the system is embedded across federal, state, and private sectors, maintaining non-digital alternatives becomes politically and economically unviable. We've seen this before. Remember when paper tax returns vanished? Or when in-person Medicare claims were phased out? What starts as optional often becomes obsolete within a few years. And let's be clear, this isn't speculation. The rollout plan is already written. Phase 1, federal services, done. Phase 2, states and territories, rolling out now in 2025. Phase 3, private sector, coming by 2026. The infrastructure is being built right now to make digital ID the default. Not because they'll force you at gunpoint, but because they'll make everything else so inconvenient that compliance feels like the only rational choice. Now, what about privacy? The government promises strong safeguards. The Digital ID Act includes strict rules: data minimization, user consent, encryption, and oversight by the ACCC and OAIC. Accredited providers must undergo
user consent, like you telling me I'm not allowed to grow a plant? Yeah, you get to tell me I can't grow a plant? I'm gonna kill you. I'm gonna fucking kill you fuckers.
Rigorous security checks. And in 2025, new amendments are being proposed to improve transparency and create better redress for victims of fraud. But critics remain wary. Even if your personal data isn't stored in a central database, every time you use digital ID, you create a trail, logging into Centrelink, then Medicare, then your bank.
You're cursed.
That metadata, over time, paints an incredibly detailed picture of your life. And while the law currently prohibits function creep, using digital ID for purpose.
Hey folks, we're ruled by a gang of pedophiles. Literally. Pedophiles have taken over, man. How pathetic. And all these people that want in government and voted, they supported pedophiles genociding children.
This is beyond identity verification.
That's you. Only you fucking retards. You voted for pedophiles to roll over you. That's how mentally ill you have proven yourselves to be.
Laws can change. Emergency powers, national security claims, or future governments could expand its use in ways we can't yet predict. So where does that leave you in 2025?
Oh, it's easy to predict. It's all about control, you little fucking peon, mental midget.
If you're an individual, you still have a choice, technically. You can refuse digital ID today without legal consequence. But that choice...
Only because they haven't made it a pedophile law yet. Rules for thee, but not for me, remember? Remember how that works. That's the essence of tyranny. Rules for thee and not for me is the essence of tyranny. They get to have guns everywhere, but you can't have a gun. That's tyranny. That's a definition of tyranny, just so you know, you dumb fucks. That's what tyranny means. They can do this, but you can't. That's tyranny. That's rulership. That's rulership. You are subservient and subject to an authority that is just another human being like you. They're nobody. They're just like you. But yet they say, hey, I get to rule over you. And if you don't like it, you know what I mean?
Comes with growing friction. You might lose access to streamlined services. You might face longer wait times. You might be excluded from new digital-only platforms. And as the system becomes more entrenched, those frictions will only increase. For businesses and government agencies, however, there's no choice at all. If you're part of the Australian government digital ID system, compliance is mandatory. Fail to meet security standards? You could lose accreditation. Mishandle user data? You'll be investigated, fined, and publicly listed in compliance reports. The ACCC isn't playing around, and that pressure will inevitably trickle down to how services treat non-digital ID users. So, can you skip Australia's digital ID in 2025? Yes, but not without cost. The real question isn't whether the system is voluntary on paper. It's whether you'll still be able to participate fully in Australian society if you opt out. And as the months go by, that line between choice and coercion is getting blurrier by the day. This isn't about fear-mongering. It's about awareness. Digital ID has real benefits, especially for vulnerable communities, remote residents, and anyone tired of bureaucratic red tape. But it also demands a trade-off. Convenience for control, efficiency.
You can do whatever you want, and I can do whatever I want. Now get the fuck off my dick.
For exposure. Before you decide, do your homework. Read the Privacy Act amendments.
You don't get it.
Understand what data My ID collects and how long it's retained. Know your rights under the Digital ID Act. And most importantly, stay engaged. Public feedback has already shaped this system, like the 2025 proposals for better fraud protections, and your voice still matters.
Yeah.
Because once the doors close, they rarely reopen. And remember,
the biometrics of your hand matters.
in a world racing toward digital identity, the most powerful thing you can be is informed.
Oh, look, access granted. You were given permission by somebody who's no better than you. Oh, isn't it nice to pretend you're subject to someone else who has no right to tell you what to do? Look at that view. Melted buildings that remained above the floodwater. Look at Max Johnson, dude. God, he's a Johnson.
Yeah, folks, digital ID is coming and it's rolling out everywhere. And what do you think it's going to look like?
Yeah, I know I showed some stuff before, but you got to watch this. People don't seem to get this shit. Everything's under the guise of something, usually safety, but that doesn't. Look. My safety's my issue, not yours. In fact, you are off limits from trying to keep me safe in any way. Okay, I'm not trying to die over here anyway, by the way. So yeah, you're off limits from trying to keep me safe. You know why? That's my job. I'm a man. I'm a full-grown man. As a full-grown man, I don't want anybody else in charge of my safety when it's my responsibility. I want to take full and complete responsibility for myself by not allowing anyone else to do that. You are not allowed, and it's not your job to keep me safe, stupid fucking retards. I don't need your help. Okay? I need, you know what? I need safety from you. You fucking assholes is who I need safety from. The gang. Okay? You ain't keeping me safe. That's my job. Okay? When you start saying that it's your job to do things that are my job, we have a problem. Because nothing in my life is your job. I'm a free, independent, grown man, a grown adult who loves being free and making my own decisions and not being subject to anybody ever. I am the highest in my world, just like you are in your world, and you should be. I can't tell you what to do, nor would I ever force you, ever. I want you to be free. In fact, I respect your freedom and would love to watch it blossom and bloom and grow. I literally could be here all day if I got enough donations, you know. Sad fact is, I haven't got a single one that I know of yet. And the fucking phone's on. Ain't it? No, it might be off. If you donate, let me know, because I think I turned my phone off because I can't afford the fucking power. You know, the cell phone could take so much power. Like, I don't even turn my phone on in the day unless I have to use it or see if somebody's trying to get a hold of me. I don't keep it on. I can't afford. I'm at the point right now where I can't. This cell phone takes a gallon of gas to keep charged a day. Like, I've never seen anything like this thing. It is a parasite. It is a power fucking parasite, man, this phone, dude. I don't even keep it on anymore unless I need it, man. And you can't take the battery out either. So they took that control away so they can force microphone you and shit. You got to put it in a Faraday cage bag, which I wish I had, by the way. Throw the old laptop in there too. Digital ID is the holy grail of human slavery. It's the fucking holy grail. It's an expression, the holy grail. That's like saying, oh, that car is the fucking holy grail, which some of them are. Big tech is betting on gambling and scams. There again, you have big tech and corporations still predating on a population that's broken and it's mind-boggling. You have these fucking billionaire pedophile big tech betting on gambling and scams to take every last penny from these broke, desperate retards that their only hope is to win a bet these days. Shit. I'm even tempted to enter a $3 win something, 50 grand, you know what I mean? Shit, on these channels. I'm like, God, I wish I had $3 for that fucking raffle. These scammers. And by the way, all you assholes, YouTube channels that have a stupid song that we have to listen to every fucking time, the same dumb fucking intro video, get a fucking life, man. You're wasting my time with that shit. I don't want to see your dumb song every time. The same video and song every fucking time I go to watch a video to listen to your retard ass. I got to hear that. You're wasting my time, man. You're stupid and annoying. Stop it. Stop it. Stop being annoying and stupid. Like, fuck it. Just stop it, man. Like, you got to stop. You just have to stop. Oops. You got to stop being so fucking stupid. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that's what we got to talk about. Oh, yeah, that's that one. Okay. What? Yeah, I can go back into the Mountology too. I can go back and forth all day long on this shit. Gander this shit. I'm like a fucking magician. I'm like a fucking magician over here. I am a wizard. I told you that. I gave you fair warning. Don't come back at me later and go, you didn't give me a warning that you were a magician. Not a magician, a wizard. Totally different. I'm not a magician at all. I'm a wizard. It's totally different. Where'd it go? Where are you? Now check, gander this shit. We got Jimmy, our boy. We got our boy Jimmy Dork over here, who I love dearly, except he wants to vote for Tucker again, which makes him mentally ill and has diarrhea shit himself for saying something so stupid
in 2020.
But yeah, dude, you don't need a president, bro. Okay, you don't need any gangs of Republicans or Democrats making rules for you. That means they rule over you. That's not freedom. They're a human being like you who doesn't get to tell anyone else what to do. They're no different. They're not better. They haven't even like proven themselves to be true leaders because of decades and decades of behavior. And now we want somebody like that. They haven't even done that. You know what I mean? It's like, are you kidding me? They haven't built a reputation in the neighborhood for helping people for decades. Then what the fuck would you need a leader for? What would you need a leader for then?
23 Maduro labeled Zionism as more dangerous than Nazism. He said, quote, in 2023 Maduro labeled Zionism as more dangerous. In 2023 in
Vietnam, the average age of the combat soldier was 19. No, 19.
In 2023, Maduro labeled Zionism as more dangerous than Nazism. He said, quote, now the supremacists of today's Zionism want to wipe out the Palestinian people. They want to finish with all the Arab people, with all the Muslim people. They've sown an ideology more dangerous than Nazism. You can't do that.
So now you know the rest of the story. So Stu Peters, a very controversial right-winger, has stumbled onto something.
Even that little brief annoyance annoys me. Even that fucking annoys me. That little, at least it's not a video and a song, but even that annoys the fuck out of me, what he just did there with that swing, that fucking shit.
Thing.
I hate that.
That I found compelling. So I wanted to play it for everybody. In case you're wondering why we're starting a war with Venezuela, why is Trump so obsessed with Venezuela? You know, we know Trump is the complete tool of Israel and the Zionists, complete 100%.
Oh, fucking tool, absolutely. Bend over, asking how deep do you want to go in this time? Should I bend over lower?
Yeah, it's Russian collusion.
Literally have Trump there spreading his ass cheeks, asking if he should bend over lower or higher. What do you want me, Chief? What do you want me, BB?
But you got to pretend they're from Israel.
Yeah. So what everybody thought Russia was doing, the Zionists, complete 100%.
Yeah, it's Russian collusion, but you got to pretend they're from Israel.
Yeah. So what everybody thought Russia was doing to Trump, Israel's actually doing to Trump.
Get him, Kurt. I think I like him too. I think I do. As long as he doesn't want government. And then I got to kill you. I'm sorry. If you want to rule over me, I have to kill you. Okay? I don't want to rule over you. Do I? You want to rule over me? I got to kill you. It's my world. I'm sorry. I claim it. I claim this is to be my experience that I'm living right now is mine.
But no one complains about it.
Yeah.
I mean, nobody in power complains about it. Everybody else does. So listen to what Stu Peters
says. Venezuela, where our Department of War and Pete the Drunkard Hegseth is committing international war crimes.
Do you have any type of control over it? Or do you have any say in it at all? How is it yours? If you don't have any control over the government in any way, shape, or form, it's not yours. You're like a little child saying when you say our. And not to mention, I would never do shit. I would never rape a kid, okay, or murder people. So don't ever include me in with these people as an our or we, because I'm not a murderer. So don't ever say we or our, because I didn't kill nobody. I would never do that shit, murder fishermen in a boat like that. That's insanity. I wouldn't want that to happen to me. I can't even go fishing now. Are you kidding me? I don't want to live in that kind of world.
Crimes, you have Nicolas Maduro, who again has been deemed by the Trump administration to be a terrorist, giving the United States government, in effect, permission, the gang, the biggest gang on the planet, to go and kill him.
So like I've said before, I said this in 2010, and I've been saying it ever since, that all they have to do is call you a terrorist.
And don't get it twisted. I don't know who this guy is, but he's definitely correct when he calls the U.S. government a gang. The governments around the world are they make up a gang. It's a gang.
And now you don't have any rights. So the Constitution, and so now they're going to call anybody they want.
Oh, boo boo! You think them writing something down? Look, we're a gang, but we wrote some rules down. We can't do this. We can't abuse you. It says right here, so we get to roll over you now because it says we're not going to abuse you. We promise we won't. We promise in the Constitution that we will not infringe on your gun rights. We promise that we will not infringe on your right to have a militia, which is basically a civilian army gang. But they'll attack you in 2 seconds if you start a militia here. It threatens their power, dummy. Their monopoly power gang, their pedophile gang. Government is a gang of pedophiles. Prove me wrong. And genocidal maniacs that murder children and support and give weapons to murder children. Prove me wrong. Prove me fucking wrong.
To a terrorist, and then they can lock you up without giving you a trial. It's called indefinite detention, and you don't have to give a trial to people who are considered.
The government we're dealing with right now is 1,000 times worse than Nazi Germany, in case you dumb fucks aren't paying attention. Hitler never did any of this shit. You're seeing? Not even close. He would actually be turning over in his grave right now, having a wet dream right now. If he saw this shit, he'd be having a fucking wet dream. Are you kidding?
For terrorists, that's called indefinite detention. I'm pretty sure that's what they were doing to Chelsea Manning.
And with Stalin and Mao Zedong and fucking Pol Pot in Cambodia, they'd be fucking having a wet dream right now if they seen what the government was able to do. They would be trying to get elected as president so fast so they could get a hold of this shit. It's insane.
Manning. And because he didn't get a trial, or she didn't get a trial, and at the time, I think anyway, it doesn't matter.
I didn't know about it till as after.
Again, all the psychopaths would be magnetically attracted to these monopolistic power grabs of this gang, aka government.
It was done. So I'm not like extra smart or nothing. I didn't know about all your rights got taken away while you were not looking.
Well, yeah, and so just like they did to the woman from Democracy Now! When she was out there protesting or covering a protest against a pipeline, they arrested her and said she was a terrorist. She's doing eco-terrorism. If you say something,
see that's insane, and good for her, but she still wants to rule over you via Democrat gang. If you don't like Republicans, if you're a Democrat and you don't like Republicans, and you're a Republican and you don't like Democrats, you're both right. You both don't like government. But yet it's okay if you get to control the government all of a sudden, it's okay with you. That's a mental illness. Something's wrong with you.
Something that
it's never okay to rule over your fellow man. It's never okay to make rules for your fellow man when you don't have that right or authority. It's illegitimate. Any authority in the free world is inherently illegitimate because authority or lack of authority is what creates the freedom in the first place. So the lack of authority, which is just a gang of pedophilia, in the United States in the beginning of its being born was at its peak. It was free, no authority. It blossomed. It grew to be the biggest country of all time since the Great Multiplication, so to speak, because it didn't have government. It didn't have limitations on it yet. It didn't have govern, limit, govern, control, govern. It didn't have that limiting control yet. It blossomed. And in less than 100 years later, the country's been turned to dog shit.
That they don't like online, they call you a cyber terrorist.
Well, that's real Five Eyes stuff, huh?
Yeah, so now everybody's a terrorist.
Again, everybody's a terrorist now, and you now have no rights. Welcome to Hitler Nazi Germany 2.0 on steroids times 1,000. I mean, let that sink in.
Everybody's a terrorist.
And even fucking Jimmy fucking Dore gets it, and Kurt Mesner. I mean, we live in a world where comedians actually understand some of what's going on, that they're being ruled a little bit, but nobody else can seem to get it.
And so now they say, "Oh, Nicolas Maduro, he's a narco terrorist." So now we get to do it. So that's the game that's being played.
It's a game.
Okay. So here we go. Back to Stu Peters.
So Venezuela, where our Department of War and Pete the Drunkard Heggs.
It's a game that we are forced to play against our free will, and the price is death if you don't play their game or pay them to exist. You have to pay permission to exist to this gang in this world, yet you think you're free. That's some good training from day one by the world around you to get you to submit and obey and become a docile, domesticated little barnyard animal.
Is committing international war crimes. You have Nicolas Maduro, who again has been deemed by the Trump administration to be a terrorist, giving the United States government, in effect, permission, the gang, the biggest gang on the planet, to go and kill him, to go and execute him. And they want to install a government that's subservient to the central bankers and to the International Monetary Fund and to private actors. So why do I care?
And that's exactly what they want to do. And you see these chuds on, I only go on Twitter, so that's the only place I see him. And they're like, good, let's get rid of, he's a communist, he's a dictator, let's get rid of him. And then so we get more oil. That's also good. So that's not,
Yeah.
This is
when I saw Misfit Patriot on my X today, because
it's crazy. The mentality of these people, it's like a gang, a band. It's like jumping on a bandwagon, like it reminds you of a dog pile. Like I remember back in the day raising pit bulls, and if you have a pack of dogs and you have a like one of them is like a runt, they all just gang up on it. All the four of the pit bulls just gang up on the fucking runt. Anyway, it's like that.
when shit pops up. That guy's a big Zionist, phony fucking guy, and he was blathering about Venezuela. So that's when I started to suspect Israel has something to do with it.
Yep. And so he's onto it. So why? So what Trump wants to do is install the international banking cartel in Venezuela. That's what he wants to do. And so Stu Peters says, why should I care about this?
Monetary fund and to private actors. So why do I care? As an American, how does that affect me? What does that process look like? Regime change in Venezuela. Well, before we get to Maduro, you could consider some names and some circumstances of the past. Maybe Saddam Hussein, Bashar al-Assad, Muammar Gaddafi. You could consider the way the media demonizes and clamors for regime change or execution, political assassinations, Mahmoud Ahmadinejad in Iran.
Gaddafi of Africa there, Lebanon, he's probably one of the most liked leaders, dictator, whatever you want to call it, in any country of all time, dude. His country loved that dude so much. He would give you, if you got married, he'd give you 50 grand and some land. If you were having a baby, you'd get another 50 grand. If you were having all this shit, that encourage you to multiply and grow and be happy. He would give you all with the oil he was selling with the government.
Or of course, Russia's
made his country so wealthy. The people, not just a few pedophiles at the top. He was spreading the wealth, even though the whole idea of government's wrong in the first place. Even if you are helping others, it's wrong to rule them over.
Vladimir Putin.
It's
But anyway,
wrong.
in 2020,
If you're helping someone, it's wrong to rule them over. They're grown adults to be free of you, everything about you. They don't have to associate you ever.
23, Maduro labeled Zionism as more dangerous than Nazism. He said, quote, now the supremacists of today's Zionism want to wipe out the Palestinian people. They want to finish with all the Arab.
They do this shit where it's so annoying. They repeat the same line again, these cocksuckers.
Arab people with all the
Fucking cocksucking YouTube channels.
Muslim people. They've sown an ideology more dangerous than Nazism. You can't do that.
So now you know the rest of the story, which is why Trump, who's completely beholden to the Zionists, to Israel, completely to Sheldon Adelson, Miriam Adelson, his Zionist donors, completely controlled by them, because he's in the Epstein files also on top of it.
Then he sucked Clinton's dick. Don't forget that, Jimmy.
Okay.
It's not. It's an oil tycoon, bro. It's not Clinton.
Yeah.
I'm all in.
Oh, again, I'm not saying he didn't. Okay, either. But I do know who I saw there's a whole thing on it. These YouTube. I should have done. I think I accidentally erased the link.
So now I'm like, why is Trump so obsessed with Venezuela? Yeah, I know they've got more oil than Saudi Arabia. They got the most oil in the world, so that makes sense.
But we didn't go get him then.
And
now it's like extra, isn't it?
Yeah.
You can't say these.
And there is no we. We didn't go hit him. Dude, I would never go and hit anyone. There is no we. I would never murder people like this. Stop saying we, bro. I didn't murder anyone in a fishing boat. I would never do that. So don't say we did it, bro. I don't control these fucking pedophiles. So don't say we did it, dude. Don't fuck.
These things. In 2024, he said, quote, as President Lula da Silva said, the Israeli government is doing the same thing to the Palestinians that Hitler did to the Jews, eliminating them. He said that the Gaza crimes, quote, have surpassed the Holocaust. Yeah.
By 1,000, not to mention because the Holocaust was a hoax. Oh, did Hitler persecute some Jews? Yeah, because they declared war on him first. Okay, look it up. You fucking pedophile retards. Okay, look it up and you'll see how fucking mentally ill you are.
The Holocaust inversion thing.
Exactly. And not to mention, because it happened to you doesn't mean you get to do it again. You would think if something happened to you and it was so bad, you would never wish it on anyone else. That would be the last thing you would do. You wouldn't turn around and do it to somebody, right? But see, that's not the mentality because it never happened to them. Because it's a hoax. If it really happened to them, they would never want to do this, what happened to them to someone else. It's just common sense. We know this.
You can't do that. In June of 2025, Maduro went on a tirade at a government workshop calling Benjamin Netanyahu, quote, the Hitler of the 21st century. He called him a fake Jew and
He's fucking 1,000 times worse than what Hitler ever did to anyone.
Crook from Poland. He said that Israel was created, quote, to conquer the Middle
Palestinian Holocaust is dwarfing your fake Jewish Holocaust. Okay, the real modern day 2025 to this day, the children are getting murdered by some genocidal pedophile in Israel.
East and colonize those peoples. You can't say that. During the post-election protest, who, quote, the Hitler of the 21st century. He called him a fake Jew and a crook from Poland. He said
he is. He's a fake fucking Jew piece of shit. He's a Polak retard that can't even change a fucking light bulb.
Said that Israel was created, quote, to conquer the Middle East and colonize.
How many fucking Polacks does it take to change a light bulb? That's how dumb that fucking retard is. They made jokes about him because they were so dumb, dude. BB. Not all of them, but a lot of them like BB.
Those peoples. You can't say that. During the post-election protests, he blamed all of the unrest on quote-unquote international Zionism. He said that the Jews controlled satellites and the media, and that they pumped opposition financing to, quote, sow discord. These are things you just can't say. So who's calling Maduro a terrorist? It's the media, whose narrative is compiled by these people. It's owned by these people. It's funded and controlled by these people. The Trump administration is calling him a terrorist, who is owned and operated and controlled and funded by these people. They would love for regime change in Venezuela, just like they would love for regime change in Russia, so they could break that country up into a bunch of little tiny arbitrary nation states like Ukraine. Pump in all kinds.
Yeah, when you look at hold on, where's that map? When you look how they splintered, you know, the more they divide something up, the more divided it is, right? Right? So I just want to give a visual, a quick visual. Hold up. God damn it, man. I hate to interrupt. I'm going to come right back to this. But I just want to give an example of the total unnecessary dividing things up. Like, watch this. Look how unnecessary it is to divide things up. But they do it to create division and order out of chaos and to control a certain geographical area. Look what they want to do. They'll take one landmass, which is all melted buildings that remained above the floodwater. They take one mass and they divide it up. They chop it up in order to create division. Look at this. Unnecessary. It's all of this dividing is absolutely ridiculous and unnecessary. Why are there anything divisions at all? Why do you need any divisions? Why do you need borders? Why do you need all these different governments to control you? Why not make it just one big piece of land that's connected? Why divide it up? It's to control you and divide and conquer. This is not organic. This is mental illness. When a normal human being looks at something like this, you see an inorganic control system. You see mental illness. This is mental illness right here. Nobody in their right mind would goddamn do this. This is insanity when you look at their behavior here. When you look at the behavior here, ha ha ha. Yeah, again, folks, my grandfather lived longer than both of my parents, okay? Because they weren't getting completely poisoned yet by all the food, the cancer in the food and the chemtrails yet. They weren't getting hit yet, and so they lived longer. My generation above me, behind me, they're just destroyed, and now we're getting destroyed. And the ones below us are even worse. They're fucked Ola. They're fucked Ola.
Of private equity firms, erect central banks, and install Jewish oligarchs as the president. And they do this in all of these places, wherever and whenever they so choose, with force at the end of a U.S. taxpayer-funded gun barrel. So, yeah, if you were wondering what's going on with Venezuela, that's what's going on with Venezuela.
I didn't know that. Did you know that, Kurt, about Maduro's quotes? I mean, of course, we've already reported that's exactly what BlackRock.
I knew he was bad. I didn't know he was that bad.
That's exactly what Vanguard, BlackRock, and the neocons who ran the Biden White House State Department thought was going to happen with the Ukraine. They underestimated Russia. They thought that they could weaken Russia. They could get the people to go against Vladimir Putin, and they could break up, they call it balkanize. They could break up Russia into parts and sell it off to the BlackRocks and the Vanguards, just like they're doing to Ukraine. They already sold almost.
They've already, just like they're going to do in Palestine. It's going to be a haven for rich pedophile billionaires. The next Wall Street 2.0. Give me a break.
all the farmland in Ukraine, and Trump's trying to get the minerals, the rare earth minerals out of it. So that's what this is all about. Of course, that's what they're doing.
Yeah, the only disagreement I have is him going the Jews, and I don't know why anybody says that.
He didn't say
It's
that.
very unhelpful. Yeah, he said the Jews at one point.
Well,
Don't say the Jews.
I don't
It's
think
not the Jews.
I
Yeah,
don't-
he did.
I don't think he said install Jewish oligarchs.
Jews.
Even call yourself a Jew or Jewish because you're just in a, it's like it's showing like you don't understand that you're in a vessel. Like you don't go around calling other cars a different race. Do you know why you don't call different cars like Chevrolet and Ford and Dodge? You know why you don't call them a race? Because you're not mentally ill. Because they didn't evolve. They're vessels to drive. Just like this is. They didn't evolve. You're in a vessel. Your spirit is driving a vehicle, physical. You cannot access this realm or domain without growing a physical vehicle in order to do so. It's just a vehicle. You don't go around calling Dodge and Ford a race when it's a vehicle. Why? Because you're not mentally ill. So why do you do it? Why do you call different looking vehicles a different looking race when they didn't evolve? They're not a species. They're just vehicles for your spirit that have the ability to automate, reproduce, not automate, to replicate, excuse me. It's just replication. You're a replicant, you idiots.
Who's own the satellites, he said towards the end of the thing.
Oh, did he say that?
You idiots are mistaking a vehicle replicating for an organic, evolving, biological fucking species that evolved like from an ape. You're mentally ill, dudes, people. You're fucking dumb.
If you say the Jews, you're an asshole. You're not helping.
Yeah, you
it's
can't.
Zionists. The due dissidents boys are Jews. They're not for this shit.
Yeah,
Stop
most of
saying the Jews, everyone.
Yeah. It's always a small part of any group that you want to call yourselves. But again, when you call yourself a Jew, there are no Jews. Okay, they don't exist. You're mentally ill. You're dividing when you should just say, I'm just like you. I'm not a Jew. I'm not special. When you say you're a Jew, you act like you're somebody special. You're a piece of shit. It doesn't mean shit. I don't want to hear that. I'm a Jew. Why are you telling me that? Am I supposed to behave differently? Why would you say that? Unless you wanted me to behave differently because of it. You would never say that, right? But you shouldn't divide and say, I'm a Jew. You should say, hey, I'm just like you. I'm just you. I'm just you in another vehicle is what you should be saying. But it doesn't help to sit here and say Jews either, to be honest, because it's a group of Zionists that aren't Jewish in a way. They're not even Semitic. They're Polish, basically, Khazarian. So it's inaccurate to say Jews in the first place because there's no such thing. So yeah, they're not Jews. They're Zionists, and they're just rich psychopaths that are controlled by the ether. They're controlled by the ether.
One, it's not cool. You're helping Zionists when you do that.
Most of the Jews I know aren't for this. Most of the Jews I know.
And by the way, who's in on it with the Zionists? The Jesuits. So that's the Catholics too, if you're a Fuentes fan. So don't get on your high horse because all your organizations are in on it. It's called the New World Order, and it's going to happen. And you're going to fight with other groups like a jerk off. Not you, obviously, but that's your goal is to sit there. I don't like that one. I blame this one and whatever. And they're all in league together. None of them are the religion they tell you they are. They all are in some weird Atlantis cult.
Let me hear this again.
So Venezuela, where our
They
department
are all in all these different cults, especially the satanic cults. They really love to steal babies and sacrifice them.
of War and Pete the Drunkard Hegseth is committing international war crimes, you have Nicolas Maduro, who again has been deemed by the Trump administration to be a terrorist, giving the United States government, in effect, permission, the gang, the biggest gang on the planet, to go and kill him, to go and execute him. And they want to...
Hey, we deem you this, so now we get to kill you. Like, okay, that's not how reality works. Like, that's demented shit. That's a mental illness. That's not how civilized, normal human beings behave. You don't behave like a savage animal, uncivilized caveman.
To install a government that's subservient to the central bankers and to the International Monetary Fund and to private equity. So why do I care as an American?
If you want to live in a civilized world, you have to behave. You have to be civil. You have to be civil.
How does that affect me? What does that process look like? Regime change in Venezuela. Well, before we get to Maduro, you could consider some names and some circumstances of the past. Maybe Saddam.
That means something. To live in a civilized world means that everybody is civilized, which is basically the opposite of indoctrinated into being a psychopath. The opposite of that.
Hussein, Bashar al-Assad, Muammar Gaddafi. You could consider the way the media demonizes and clamors for regime change or execution, political assassinations, Mahmoud Ahmadinejad in Iran, or of course Russia's Vladimir Putin. But anyway, in 2023, Maduro labeled Zionism as more dangerous than Nazism. He said, quote, now the supremacists of today's Zionism want to wipe out the Palestinian people. They want to finish with all the Arab people, with all the Muslim people. They've sown an ideology more dangerous than Nazism.
Jesus, what?
You can't do that.
Look where we're
You
at.
can't say these things. 2024, he said, quote, as President Lula da Silva said, the Israeli government is doing the same thing to the Palestinians that Hitler did to the Jews, eliminating them. He said that the Gaza crimes, quote, have surpassed the Holocaust. Yeah, the Holocaust inversion thing, you can't do that. In June of 2025, Maduro went on a tirade at a government workshop calling Benjamin Netanyahu, quote, the Hitler of the 21st century. He called him a fake Jew and a crook from Poland. He said that Israel was created, quote, to conquer the Middle East and colonize those peoples.
That is true. That is true. Very true.
You can't say that.
So now, so that is, first of all, it's true. Everything that
100% true what he just
everything
said there.
that Maduro said that he's quoting.
First of all, God damn, that's true.
Maduro is saying it's true.
He knows more than Mamdani.
Israel was there to colonize, conquer, and colonize the Middle East. That's exactly what's happening.
Yeah, that's part of that.
And now they got
Cecil
part of
Rhodes thing from England, and that's the Rothschilds are in it. That's who founded it. And I would take it a step further even and say the word Holocaust means sacrifice, and a bunch of people that are fake Jews and not hate, in fact, hate Jews, even though they're ostensibly Jews, they're fine with sacrificing Jews to get what they want.
That's right.
And they're doing it in front of your face.
Yeah, by the way, these so-called Jews that are really Zionists, they have no problem sacrificing the so-called ones that they claim to be.
That's right. Let's listen to more.
During the post-election protests, he blamed all of the unrest on quote-unquote international Zionism. He said that the Jews controlled satellites and the media.
That. When you say that, it's an easy fodder to go, oh,
Yeah.
I guess Jewish space lasers. That nonsense?
Yeah.
It's dude. First of all, it's Larry Ellison controls all that. It's one Jew, so it's not even the Jews.
Yeah.
But also, it's Zionists. It's the fucking Zionists,
It's Zionists.
and they are in league with the New World Order of the Rose is the full name, and that's the Jesuits and Catholics too, and also the fake Protestants here that are CIA, PSYOP, neocon Protestants. It's one big club that I hope you're not in it.
So was he quoting?
See, this is why, you know, people like that, they see my videos with George Carlin and they listen to him, and you know, it's one club, you're not in it. Remember, we were saying this years ago.
Maduro is saying that.
Jews controlled
Maduro didn't say it like
he
that.
blamed all of the unrest on quote-unquote international Zionism.
So yeah, he's right about that. And then
he said that the Jews controlled satellites and
I don't know if that's a direct quote. Maybe it is.
Right, because why would he make the point of saying they're fake Jews?
Probably didn't say that, man. Okay, he probably said the Zionists, and so don't worry about it. Just go on.
I
Yeah.
don't say the Jews.
No.
Yeah.
See that thing about the,
I'm
he's right about. No,
just talking about this. Says until you think of Zionism, and then you're like,
and then you realize
oh,
who benefits.
Of course,
well, really not Jews. They get killed by Zionists. They get sacrificed.
media, and that they pumped opposition financing to quote sow discord. These are things you just can't say. So who's calling Maduro a terrorist? It's the media, whose narrative is compiled by these people. It's owned.
It's like the same people that want to, they own the media. It's like when they demonized Saddam Hussein. Oh, he's so evil. We got to invade Iraq. He's got weapons of mass destruction. Look how he treats his people. Blah, blah, blah. Look at fucking Gaddafi. Look at how he treats. Look at this. He's a dictator. Look at all these. Meanwhile, he gives his people love him more than any leader of all time.
By these people. It's funded and controlled by these people. The Trump administration is calling him a terrorist who is owned and
back in the day, I remember it was the Bush administration. It was the fucking Bush senior administration. The fucking you know what I mean?
operated and controlled and funded by these people. They would love for regime change in Venezuela, just like they would love for regime change in
Ronald Reagan before him. I mean, this who it,
Russia, so they could break that country up.
another fucking actor like Arnold Schwarzenegger, like the governor, the new mayor of Madani, whatever the fuck, Madani of New York now. Again, another actor of the CIA. Again, the CIA runs the actors, the CEOs, and the other shit.
Up into a bunch of little tiny arbitrary
politicians, which most of the politicians are agents. It could not be more obvious. It's like, and the media, all of the people that work in the media pushing government, it doesn't matter which side, because some of them agents like Sean Hannity pushes the Republican side. Another one like Democracy Now! Is pushing the Democratic side, but they're always pushing a government side their whole careers. These are agents. You might as well be a fucking government agent.
nation states like Ukraine. Pump in all kinds of private equity firms, erect central banks, and install Jewish oligarchs as the president.
And I say that because never one time did they ever say, hey, you know what? Maybe it's not just the Republicans, or maybe it's not just the Democrats. Maybe it's both. They never say that. Their whole careers, these politicians or the media retards, they never say that their whole fucking career. Did they say maybe it's not just their party? Maybe it's mine and theirs. Not one time did they do that, proving they're fucking shills for rolling over you.
And they do this in all of these places, wherever and whenever they so choose, with force at the end of a U.S. taxpayer-funded gun barrel. So, yeah, if you were wondering what's going on with Venezuela, that's what's going on with Venezuela.
Wow.
Yeah.
And if you want to know what else is going on in Venezuela, the largest oil reserves, Venezuela.
Oh shit.
Next, Saudi Arabia.
Oh snap. Oh, that's why they invaded Saudi. And now they got their new little city there, control city. What do you call it? Smart cities. Anybody who goes in there is completely surveilled, heart rate and everything.
Yeah. Next, Iran, then Canada, Iraq, United Arab Emirates, Kuwait, Russia, U.S., Libya. So that's what's going on.
Well, I'll bet you anything they got energy that we wouldn't need oil, but they're not going to share it, so they're going to kill people to get more oil instead. I'll bet you that.
And if you think that this thing in Venezuela is because
the U.S. needs more fucking power to run its new control grid of AI to roll everybody. It's to roll over its slave class, prey class.
But Maduro is a narco-terrorist. Trump just pardoned the biggest narco-terrorist.
Yeah, dude, don't act like you give a fuck about drugs when you release all of the drug dealers. Like it's insane. You know what's really going on, right? With all the pardons that shouldn't exist. Most likely, these were all operations by their agents. And when the time comes, they pardon their own agents so that they can get off on the ops. I have no idea in this case, but I know a lot of other ones. I have no clue about this. Other ones where they're just pardoning CIA agents.
Ever in the region, the ex-president of Honduras who flooded America with cocaine.
Yeah, just like he let that guy that shot the National Guardsman stay in the country. because they're CIA assets. You don't leave a man behind,
Yeah,
Jimmy.
there
Yeah.
you go.
You help your people.
Yeah.
So I just
Unless they're American, then fuck 'em.
I thought that I didn't. So good on Stu Peters for digging up that information.
Oh yeah.
And-
By the way, the other the dude that got blackmailed by the CIA to drive 3,000 miles to commit a murder to save his family in Afghanistan because he was working for him, and they pretended it's the Taliban. He's got his family. When it's a CIA threat, it's obvious. Okay. And then another guy where he puts in the bathroom, "I'm not a killer," and kills himself because they wanted him to kill somebody.
And that's great. That really is eye opening. And of course, now you know. Now, if you look at it from that, now you have. Now you know. Oh, now because I couldn't get over what Trump's obsession with Venezuela is, besides the oil.
Yeah. He's
But-
got some Chabad Lubavitch
And believe me,
Kabbalist telling him.
believe me, if Trump does what it looks like he's going to do, because he tried to get Maduro to just leave. Maduro won't sell out his country. They had a phone call where Trump allegedly tried to get him to leave, and he won't. And so Trump's going to start a war with Venezuela, and if he does, it's going to be Trump's Vietnam. The guy who became famous and got elected on criticizing the neocons' war in Iraq and calling it out for the ridiculous idiocy it was, is now going to start one even worse than
What the one that again, there were no weapons of mass destruction. Again, from the beginning, and they all knew it. Okay, there was never any weapons of mass destruction. It was to invade Iraq, and now you have Iraq 2.0 or 5.0 after Lebanon and all the other countries they've already done this to, Syria, etc., claiming that, oh, Assad, he gassed his own people. That's the dumbest shit of all time. His people love him. Dumb. Like Gaddafi, his people loved him.
Iraq, because it's in
Yeah,
our own
they all do
hemisphere. And now you're
Zelensky. Remember, he was going to end the war, and what did he do?
Yeah, he was gonna-
got them into a worse war. They're all there to tell you some shit, and you vote like an idiot. And then instead of getting mad and doing something, what you do is you just vote for Mamdani. Everybody just like goes
You vote for more government like a mental ill patient.
along. And Gore Vidal said, "United States of amnesia. Oh, forget it, move
United States of amnesia.
on. Oh, COVID, forget it, and move on."
Yeah, it is bizarre. They steal all your children's money and food stamps and don't pay anyone. We can't afford to pay anyone, but we got $40 billion for Argentina. No fucking on a fucking whim. Like nothing. Like it was nothing. How's everybody doing? Hey, you want to make an omelet? You got to break a few eggs. Oh. Towers to the motherfucking domes. So what do you guys think over here? Anyway, I guess I'm gonna split. Fuck it. Fuck them if they can't take a joke. I'm trying to get the truth out there to have a better world, more awareness, and so forth. So yeah. Thanks for hanging out with me, guys. Appreciate you. Always do. Thanks for your support. Please support me. Need your help. Go down to the links below and donate. Go down to the links below and watch my free, absolutely free documentary trying to inform you of the truth and what really has gone down in this world here. If you haven't watched my documentary yet, you're basically retarded. So thanks, y'all. Much love. Take care. Please like, share, and subscribe. I do love you all, though.